This week on Unscripted, we have the latest on Dean Ambrose leaving WWE. Not much of an update, but just something I want to go over. Plus, WWE trying to get a women's match in Saudi Arabia. And Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards have been revealed for 2018. We will go over it. Not all of them, because all of them are irrelevant. Not all of them matter, but we're going to go over the ones that matter. This and more on the future #1 podcast right here on YouTube.com. This is Unscripted. What is going on, everybody? It's the Frost. I'm here for Unscripted episode 61 for your March 16, 2019. It has been an interesting one for WWE. We had Raw, SmackDown, and of course NXT, which we will go over. And of course, not too much news. It is road to WrestleMania, and this has been a really dead week. For some reason, usually WrestleMania, between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, we have news. Now, before we get into this week's episode of Raw and everything, they did make an announcement that Ronda Rousey will take on Dana Brooke. Finn Balor, in a partner of his choosing, will take on the Trash Man Lashley, and Leo Rush in a tag team match, and Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, as well as Kurt Angle, finally letting us know who he's going to face in his final match. And I put in quotation marks final because this is WWE. They say final for now, and somebody gets sick and they're like, oh, hey Kurt, can you come wrestle a match with us? Yeah, but Vince, you said that was my last match at WrestleMania. Yeah, well, this is the same company that had Mick Foley have a retirement match against Triple H, and he was at that WrestleMania wrestling in the four-way fatal four-way with McMahon in every corner. So this is something I don't trust with WWE. But of course, speaking of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT this week, Monday Night Raw had the Shield come out and give the farewell address. More like Roman Reigns came out and gave the Shield farewell address. He was the only one to say something. I mean, yes, Seth talked about his match and had a talk with Paul Heyman before his match with Shelton Benjamin. But for the Shield farewell, when you want to do a Shield farewell, if this is the fact that Dean Ambrose is leaving, I want to hear from from Dean, Seth, and Roman, not just Roman. That just made no sense why you're going to have Roman talk and only say things. I know they don't want Dean to say anything, and after what happened this past Monday, we may not see Dean Ambrose again, especially if he's being taken off TV. I mean, why would WWE want to keep Dean Ambrose on TV going into WrestleMania and say his contract is up, say WrestleMania is his final date. His final date for WWE is WrestleMania, and the very next morning his contract is up. Why would WWE want to keep somebody who's legitimately not, at this time, not signing his contract and keep him in, and have a match with him at WrestleMania, and then the next night he's signing, and we get a press conference that in the next week that he's signing with AEW, or he's signing with Ring of Honor, or he's signing with New Japan, or he's signing anywhere? Why would WWE want to do that? WWE has had this stigma since the Christian incident, where if your contract is coming up and you're not re-signing, this is what happened with Christian. This is the same thing that happened with this is the same thing that happened, I believe, to somebody else too. I believe it was Rick Rude. I don't know if he quit or he actually his contract ran out. But of course, that was the whole same. Rick Rude was on Raw and Nitro on the same night. Christian, in I think it was 2005 or 2006, had his contract come up. And for some reason, I don't know if it was he didn't know it, he didn't remind WWE, or they forgot, or they just didn't want to re-sign him. Well, his contract was up, and in the very next week, he was on TNA's Impact tapings. So WWE does not want that to happen, and with the fact that AEW is coming up, I know Double or Nothing's not until May, and if, say, Dean Ambrose is, and this is just, I don't know when his actual contract comes up, we know it's in April. But say Dean Ambrose's contract is up on April 8th, which is the day after WrestleMania, or is it 7th? The day after WrestleMania, his contract's up, and when WrestleMania is done, he can go and talk and call Cody and the Young Bucks and Kenny and be like, yeah, what do I sign? And he signed the contract, and they have another rally or something for Double or Nothing, or with Cody Rhodes doing this road to Double or Nothing, he makes an appearance on there, and he's signed for a match. Maybe if he's leaving, maybe the mystery opponent for Cody Rhodes is Jon Moxley. They've been teasing a mystery opponent, and we don't know who it is. They have a title card, and it was, I think, in the third episode of Road to Double or Nothing when they were showing title cards for every match. Cody had a versus, and then the person beside him was fuzzed out, so we didn't know who it was. That could just be a placeholder anyway, so if anybody tries to, figure out who's on that title card, that might just be a placeholder because they can't announce anything yet. So who's to say it's not Jon Moxley versus Cody at Double or Nothing? That would be huge for AEW. But we don't know. And I would have loved to hear from Dean, and we don't hear from Dean until later in the show. Seth has his talk with Paul Heyman after that. And then Shelton Benjamin comes out from behind, hits him with a couple German suplexes, tried to be a mini Brock Lesnar. There was actually a video put up on YouTube by WWE that during that commercial break after the 3 German suplexes, Shelton went back up to the ramp, and Paul Heyman just talked about how he was a coach of Brock Lesnar. Shelton Benjamin, if anyone doesn't know this, is the biggest reason Brock Lesnar even was in the WWE in the first place. WWE wanted to sign Brock Lesnar in 2002, and the condition of him signing was they had to sign Shelton Benjamin. So if it wasn't for that request, Shelton Benjamin wouldn't have been in WWE probably at the time. Maybe not. But he wouldn't have. If everyone talks about the class, one of the best graduating classes of WWE's developmental, 2002 is probably the best class WWE has ever done until recently. But I would still say it's the best class because you had Randy Orton, John Cena, Batista, Brock Lesnar, and Shelton Benjamin. Shelton is the only one of that entire group not to win the WWE Championship, but that's not to say Shelton in his first run didn't have a pretty good run. He was multiple-time tag team champion. He won the Intercontinental title, had a huge win over Triple H at least once or twice on the main roster, has one of the biggest out-of-nowhere finishes, memes on social media when you see him going for a springboard and Shawn Michaels pops up and hits him with a super kick. That'll live on forever. His second run right now has been awful after him and Chad Gable was split up. But Shelton Benjamin, to anybody who wants to say, oh, Brock Lesnar is great and everything, you got to thank Shelton Benjamin for being somebody who's there. Shelton Benjamin is somebody who WWE is misusing. I wish they would use him right. He is definitely good. And with him being on Raw, they did give you explanation that Paul Heyman paid him to attack Seth Rollins, and it made sense because the fact that Shelton Benjamin and Brock Lesnar are real life friends, and they went to school in Minnesota together. I think they were called the Minnesota Wrecking Crew in OVW. I could be wrong. I believe that was them. They had a tag team down there, but I don't know. They had a decent match, him and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, of course, won. Seth Rollins, if he is wrestling all these weeks, and this is the problem with this match coming up this coming week. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre cannot happen. Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre cannot happen unless there is a fuck finish or something. Seth Rollins cannot lose going into WrestleMania. Cannot lose going into WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre, if you're setting this guy up to be the guy to take on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, he cannot lose. So you have booked yourself into a corner. Because if Seth Rollins loses this match against Drew McIntyre, nobody's going to believe that this guy can take on Brock Lesnar, which a lot of people still don't believe he can take on Brock Lesnar, but him going out there and beating people like a Shelton Benjamin, who is very capable. I don't know why he decided he was going to try and hit an F5 on Seth Rollins. So him beating him was good. Get him up against somebody, Leo Rush would be better than having him go up against Drew McIntyre, because he could beat Leo Rush, and Leo Rush is not gonna, it's not gonna matter. Seth needs to beat people. If he wants him to, if they want him to go out and beat Bobby Lashley, fine. If they want him to beat Baron Corbin, fine, which I still don't want to see that match. If the rumors are true, because there's a lot of rumors going out that it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, how the fuck are you going to make us believe that Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns would even have a watchable match if you're going to have Drew McIntyre go out there, face off against Seth Rollins, and then Seth Rollins beats him? This match on Monday cannot have a clean finish or of any kind. If it's a count out, if it's a double disqualification or whatever, fine, whatever, you move on. But you cannot have Seth or Drew tap or get pinned by the other one. It's just no. Another big thing coming out of Monday Night Raw is the fact that for whatever reason, and we'll talk about it later, Dana Brooke interrupted a fired up, pissed off Ronda Rousey, and she's getting a women's championship match this coming Monday. What has she done to deserve a women's championship match? Oh, she stood up for the fans. She stood up for this. I don't know. It's just, you know what's going to be sad? And this will piss me off. I know it's going to piss other people off. If Dana Brooke goes 10 minutes with Ronda Rousey, what the fuck? If that match does not end in less than a minute, what the fuck? If Dana Brooke goes in there and has a 10-minute match and Ronda Rousey sells for Dana Brooke, what the fuck was up with Ruby Riott at the Elimination Chamber? Why did that match go a minute, not even 2 minutes? And she only went 8 the next minute. So she went, in all total, Ruby Riott went 9.5 minutes with Ronda Rousey in 2 matches. If Dana Brooke goes 9 minutes and 35 seconds, that's fucked up. This match, just like it was this past Monday when she got her ass kicked, should not last more than 60 seconds. Plain and simple. Of course, we had Leo Rush cost Finn Balor the Intercontinental title, giving it back to Bobby Lashley, which WWE, I wouldn't say WWE, the television, I don't blame WWE for this one. This is the TV broadcaster's fault. Because if you're watching WWE and you're in a big city like Chicago, New York, LA, and Raw or SmackDown is going to be in your town the next week, WWE gives promotional advertisement to those TV stations or the TV providers for whoever broadcasts it, like say you in LA or Chicago. Well, whoever is in charge of advertisement for Chicago obviously does not know what the fuck professional wrestling is, and obviously doesn't know what the fuck they are doing, because the first commercial break that I talked about earlier, when Sean Benjamin was being praised up by Paul Heyman, they ran an advertisement for WWE Raw being in Chicago this coming Monday. There's one fucking problem with that advertisement. It had Bobby Lashley as the Intercontinental Champion. It had the championship on his shoulder. So whoever does this advertising thing, deciding when commercials go in, you should have waited till at least the first hour was up, or consulted with WWE of when we should put this in, because that ruined for Chicago fans who was going to be Intercontinental Champion before the match even happened. Holy fuck, that is screwed. That is messed up. The only thing that would have made it worse is, I'm sure, if Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley would have went to commercial and that advertisement played during that set of commercials, in which, boom, we already know the finish of the match. Just ridiculous. I don't blame WWE for that one, because you're going to show off who's going to be champions, but they could have, whoever decides when the advertisements go for local advertisements. I live in a small town in Ohio, and we're not going to have WWE anytime here. We don't have any place for that. But I get advertisements for Columbus, Cleveland, West Virginia, for Dayton, Ohio, Canton, Ohio, for when they do their house shows or Raw or SmackDown. So I know what that's about. But if it's up to WWE when they go on, that's just a poor move. If it's up to the people running the local version, like the local advertisements for said TV stations, there's got to be somewhere like consulted a little bit better, because that's just pretty bad. We already have Ronda Rousey and Triple H breaking the fourth wall and killing kayfabe more than it is. Kayfabe has been 6 feet under forever, for like the last 20 years, and it's just getting put way, way further deep. It comes up for air and it gets pushed right back down. It comes up for some air, it looks like it's going to breathe, and it's pushed down again. And by the way, to anybody who believes Ronda Rousey is actually going rogue, you guys got worked. How do you feel? How's it feel? I'm not really I know it's all work, but I don't like the word fake being put around. I've had to deal with it when I do streams or something. I talk about professional wrestling and WWE, and people like, you mean that's such fake, isn't it? I hate that word when it comes to this. It's not fake. So it's as fake as a TV show, which is what Kevin Dunn wants it to be. He doesn't want it to be a professional wrestling show. He wants it to be TV. Just Monday Night Raw. We also had Dave Bautista get what he wants, and that is a match with Triple H, and Triple H made a no holds barred. This is going to be Bautista's last match. Again, like I said on Monday, I'm a little disappointed that they couldn't drag this out. Yeah, you probably don't get a chance to see Batista. We probably won't see Batista again on TV until we get to the go-home show for WrestleMania. Okay. You could have had Dave Bautista putting on Instagram stories. We have 3 weeks left of Monday Night Raw. You could have had the go-home show get this match be made. If you can get Batista coming back, if he's going to be there at the go-home show. I already pitched that you could have had, Batista said in his little repetitive speech that, give me what I want, and he said, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to hurt ones that you love. He already hurt Ric Flair a couple weeks ago. Who's to say he wouldn't go out, and they were doing, Sean Waltman was doing a guest, or has been doing a guest trainer in the Performance Center. Who's to say he would set that up to be like Batista visiting the Performance Center, beating up Sean Waltman? Like, going to somewhere, running into Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, or Road Dogg, even Billy Gunn, even though he's with AEW, having these guys get beat up. And then the cherry on top of the cake is we get to the final episode before WrestleMania, and you see Batista you have Triple H, as he was tonight, jeans, shirt, chucks, hands taped, wanting to kill the animal. And Triple H calls out Batista like he did tonight, and Batista is coming out with his music, but he's dragging something, and it's Shawn Michaels. And Shawn Michaels he's like, you don't give me what I want, I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to powerbomb him off the set or onto the announce table. And Triple H makes the no holds barred match. And then Batista does it anyway and powerbombs him through the announce table. That would have been great, I believe. But, that's just me. Would have been better. And then, of course, the end of the night was going to be Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns. And I was like, okay, we're going to get this out of the way. When they announced Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns, I was like, okay, we're going to get this out of the way. And this is not going to happen at WrestleMania. Nobody's going to care to see it. But, yeah, there you go. So, Drew McIntyre comes out and beats the living fuck out of Roman Reigns, sends him sends him face first into the ring post, and they're doing a concussion angle. One, I don't know if it's real, and if it isn't, that's kind of fucked up. And two, it looks like we're going to get Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Hasn't been confirmed yet or denied, but it looks like we're going that way, especially with the fact that what the real main event was and what we're getting this coming Monday. Which, by the way, WWE slyly took Roman Reigns off the advertisements for Monday Night Raw in Chicago. This guy is supposed to be so over because of when he come back from leukemia. Are you scared, Vince? Are you scared that the Chicago crowd sees right through you? Sees right through you. Sees right through what you're doing. That you took him up, I get you. And if Roman doesn't show up for Monday Night Raw, that's why they did this concussion angle, so they could have an excuse to keep him off Monday Night Raw, because they're afraid that if Roman Reigns stepped into CM Punk country, because I'm going to go there. CM Punk country, where it is loudest ever to have CM Punk chants. Still, if you had him going to Chicago, the hometown of CM Punk, that he was going to be booed like he had ever been booed before. Are they that scared? Are they that much of a petty coward to, like, not trust Chicago with Roman Reigns even after everything that he went through? Yeah. But yes, that is why and I was wondering why they decided to have Roman Reigns do this concussion angle. I was like, if he, like, legitimately got hurt at, like, because with him doing leukemia, him and leukemia, and the, doesn't matter if it's oral or what type of treatment to get his leukemia in remission, it's going to affect his body. And one, he does have arthritis, which is going to catch up to him faster than before his leukemia came back. That is one problem that Roman Reigns is going to have to deal with for the rest of his life, is the fact that he has arthritis now, and just, he's not going to be the same. Nobody can come back from that the same. But either way, the fact that he's not going to be there, like when we get to Monday Night Raw, Cole, Graves, and Renee Young, which I believe I have a story on that, about Renee Young possibly being taken off commentary. Get to that later. Cole, Renee Young, and Graves will probably talk about how it was a cowardly attack by Drew McIntyre. How could he do that to somebody who just came back from fighting cancer? WWE is going to do everything again to get split as much as they can out of the Roman Reigns leukemia thing. This is going to keep coming, and every time something happens, some dastardly attack against Roman, they're going to bring up how this guy fought so hard, how he's such a brave soul, and it's just like, it's too much of a, it's no longer a guy coming back from leukemia, it's a guy who they're just exploiting something he went through. Vince McMahon, I even said this before, Vince McMahon would sell his kids' souls just to get Roman Reigns over. They gotta let the leukemia go. I don't give a fuck. It's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks. This is like 3 Mondays we've been through since Roman's been back. It'll be 4 weeks coming up this Monday. Enough of leukemia. You just can't keep reminding us, because it makes you look worse. You keep reminding us, and you keep making it worse. But anyway, he goes to the back. Conveniently, it was just weird that Seth Rollins came out to check on Roman Reigns, but Dean Ambrose wasn't there. But we come to the back, and Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are both there, telling him to go get checked out. Roman and Seth go into the trainer's room. Dean turns around, goes to go find Triple H. Triple H conveniently is right there, says he wants Drew McIntyre, no count out, no disqualification, follows count anywhere. Triple H with just a smile on his face says, hell yeah, I'm going to let Drew know. And we had that match. Good match. One thing I'm disappointed in, and I love when a Falls Count Anywhere match never uses the ring. I'm pretty sure they never went inside the ring, even for a clothesline or a suicide dive or anything. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there was no interaction in the ring, which I love. My big disappointment is the fact that they went up to the merchandise stand and a snack table, and that happened all during the commercial break. That's the fun part of the match, seeing these guys get thrown through merchandise, getting splashed through food. That's the fun part. Why are you going to leave that for the people who were around there and the people who were watching in the arena? We didn't get to see that, and stuff on his picture-in-picture, which was kind of bullshit. Anyway, a little non-WWE here. They're on the announce table as they battled over there, and Dean Ambrose gets a pencil stabbed into his face. I don't know if it was his eye or not. I don't know if they cut it. They shot it right. I believe Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer newsletter or radio said that they thought it was his eye, but it really wasn't his eye. The most brutal spot of the match was, though, the ending, where Dean Ambrose had his head put into a steel fence piece, one of those steel fences, steel gates, and he gets hit with a Claymore kick, 1, 2, 3, and that was that. After the match, he got another Claymore kick, and that should be it for Dean Ambrose. Now, the way they booked it, it looked like that might be the last we see Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose might not be at WrestleMania, as I stated. Why would you have Dean Ambrose at WrestleMania? If his contract is up and he's not resigning, And especially, we don't know when his contract is actually up. Could it be April 7th? Could it be April 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 20th? We don't know. For all we know, Dean Ambrose, hell, we don't even know if Dean Ambrose could even be at WrestleMania. Maybe his contract is up on April 1st. Imagine that. Dean Ambrose's contract is up in April. What if it's up April 1st, April Fool's Day? Which would be a hell of a day for them to actually have Dean Ambrose say he resigned. Could you imagine that his contract's up on April 1st and he actually resigns on WWE on April 1st? It'll be I always see this. April 1st is the only time of the year fake news actually gets questioned as fake news. Don't at me. It's true. Anytime you see somebody posting a bullshit stories, any other time of the year, the people who have a brain actually research to see if it's true, but the rest of the world sits there and is like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened, oh my god, this is happening. But on April 1st, because it's April Fool's Day, fake news actually gets taken as fake news. People actually question everything they say online. It's kind of funny. So, for all we know, Dean Ambrose might be up on April 1st. I have not seen anything or heard from anyone. I haven't heard it from Dave Meltzer, Ryan Satin, Ryan Alvarez, or anybody. None of the podcasters on YouTube. I have not heard anyone say the exact date of Dean Ambrose's contract expiring. So what if his contract is up on April 1st? Is anyone taking this into consideration? Because if his contract is up on April 1st, that's 2.5 weeks. That's 2 weeks away. Then WWE then that would make sense why they had him get taken out brutally like he did on Monday. Which, that would make sense. That would be him being written off TV. And that's the last time we see Dean Ambrose. And he will not have a match at WrestleMania. Nobody has told. I haven't seen anything. Let me know if you've seen anything. Dean Ambrose could have his contract coming up on April 1st. And that's it. He's done. That was the last time we'll see Dean Ambrose. He'll be at the house shows until April comes around. But Dean Ambrose that could have been Dean Ambrose's last match in WWE for now. There's a lot of people saying he's going to take a year off and then come back, or take 6 months off and come back to WWE. Which if he does, that's what he's going to do. You really can't take time off and get your head clear while you're in WWE, because even if you take time off, we'll give you time off, which they hardly ever do. Who's to say that they don't call you up and say, yeah, we're going to need you back now because X, Y, and Z happened? So he wants to make sure he can get his body and mind cleared. There's other people saying he's going to be leaving, going to AEW immediately. Now, back to if his contract was up on April 1st, him being off TV now until then would be good for WWE, because it wouldn't be a case of they have him on TV for the last few episodes of Raw, and they can't advertise him for WrestleMania, which, by the way, April 1st is a Monday Night Raw. By the way, it's the final Raw before WrestleMania. Again, who's to say that Dean Ambrose's contract is not up? It's 3 weeks yet. Who's to say Dean Ambrose's contract is not up 2 weeks from this Monday? And WWE is just taking precaution that if he does not want to re-sign and he is out of here, that if, say, April 2nd comes around and the next Road for Double or Nothing comes up in that week's Road to Double or Nothing comes up, and it's Cody talking to John Moxley, who is Dean Ambrose, and Dean Ambrose and him are shaking a deal or something for Double or Nothing, or they keep him secret until Double or Nothing. Let me know what you think about that. What if Dean Ambrose's contract is up on April 1st? Just putting that out there. SmackDown Live was a hell of a show, by the way. SmackDown Live was one hell of a show. We had Kofi Kingston and the New Day being, I think, the best version of them. I'm tired of the jokes. I'm tired of the fun and games. I'm tired of the pancakes. I love that these guys came out to their music, not jumping around, not dancing around, no Francesca, no pancakes. They came out seriousness on their face, walking down to interrupt Vince McMahon. And Big E and Xavier just getting up in Vince McMahon's face practically. Kofi finally getting the mic and being like, listen, I've been here for 11 years. I've missed trick-or-treating for years with my kid because I've been here. My son just lost his first tooth, and I wasn't there to see his reaction to the tooth fairy giving him a quarter. I've been here missing weddings, birthdays, and other things. What do I have to do to get a WWE Championship match? And then Vince McMahon, doing the one thing that I'm not saying, a little overkill. He has to go through the Bar, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, and Rowan. People are thinking Daniel Bryan, but no, not Daniel Bryan. He said just Rowan. He said just Rowan, so I'm pretty sure it's just 5. How this needs to go down is simple. The Bar are expendable. They're doing nothing big for WrestleMania. Rowan is expendable because he's just Daniel Bryan's heavy. Randy Orton and Samoa Joe are not. You have Samoa Joe, United States Champion, who in this very episode lost a tag team match by taking the pinfall, which made no sense whatsoever. If he's going into WrestleMania to defend his U.S. title against the other 3 men, and anybody else, he cannot lose again. Randy Orton versus AJ Styles was just made official, I believe Wednesday or Thursday. Randy can't take a pinfall or a submission going into WrestleMania, going up against AJ Styles. WWE booked themselves into a corner for the majority of this gauntlet. And then you have some B-list actor, Freddie Prinze Jr., coming out and saying, I pitched the gauntlet match to Kofi Kingston 10 years ago. Bullshit. Kofi Kingston was 1 year into his WWE run. He was still doing the Jamaican accent, y'all. I don't buy that. Who was Kofi Kingston 10 years ago? Who was Kofi in 2009? Nobody. He was a guy just on the roster. He was going nowhere. I believe he was in ECW at the time still. So anyone sitting there saying, I came there 10 years ago, give me a break. You haven't been doing anything in the acting world. You worked for WWE for 1 fucking year. Give me a break. I don't buy that shit with anything. But we got what we got coming. Again, we cannot have Joe and Randy Orton lose. The only way that Kofi gets past Joe or Randy Orton is a disqualification via, the only one I can see having this happen is disqualification to Randy Orton by AJ Styles coming out and probably attacking Kofi Kingston so he can move on to the next person. The first 3 guys in any order should be the Bar and Rowan. Those should be your first 3 guys, plain and simple. You leave the others for the last 2. With the way it is, I don't see Kofi winning this. I don't. You can't. There's just no way. There's no way you can have Kofi go through Samoa Joe and Randy Orton going into WrestleMania. If you wanted to do the Bar and Rowan and 2 other guys, I don't know. There's really no other big heels on Monday Night on SmackDown Live right now that they could have used. That's the thing that sucks. They only have those 5 guys, really. I mean, if you wanted to take the Good Brothers and make them heel, if you wanted to use anyone else, that's fine. But it's you have the top names, the top bad guys on WWE right now, and what's up with Daniel Bryan. If they want to do Daniel Bryan too, that would be stupid as well. That Daniel Bryan has to go up against Kofi Kingston in the gauntlet for Kofi Kingston to get the WWE Championship match. They'll have, I see Kofi Kingston losing this by something happening to Samoa Joe get disqualified, Randy Orton's music hits, and we get the same outcome we got at the last gauntlet match where he's waiting for Kim. He's gone through these other 4 guys. Randy's music hits, RKO out of nowhere, 1, 2, 3, and Kofi is not going to WrestleMania. The air in the building goes out, and everybody is like, God damn it. They still have 2 more weeks after this Tuesday. I don't see any reason why they can't stretch this out. Maybe the New Day goes freaking bananas. Maybe the New Day go absolutely mad, that shit crazy. the next week after, and somehow the final week, the go home show, they forced Vince McMahon to do something to where if Kofi Kingston ends up getting a championship opportunity and goes to WrestleMania. Is Kofi winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania right now? I don't see it. I just don't see it. And the Kofi Kingston bandwagoners, the people, and this is what pisses me off, and we'll talk about it in a minute. Where would people be if Mustafa Ali was in this position? Let you think about that when we get to that story later. But let me know what you think. Where would you be right now if Mustafa Ali never got hurt? NXT, as we move on here. NXT was a decent show. Didn't beat the first week at all with the 4 first-round matches for the Dusty Road Tag Team Classic. This week was still... It wasn't... NXT has never had a bad show, in my opinion. Never. Especially since they've been on the network, I believe you can go back and watch the first year and a half of NXT from 2012 to 2014 before they moved in the network. I don't think there is a bad episode of NXT from 2014, right before Arrival, all the way up to now. I just don't see it. The Aftermath shows aren't the best shows because of the Aftermath shows, but there's still good quality wrestling on there. This show had a dark cloud over it. The first match, the Mustache Mountain and the Forgotten Sons, Mustache Mountain did what they could to make that match the best it could. The Forgotten Sons still have not won me over. Wesley Blake, this is his second run with a tag team or group in NXT. The last one, of course, was Blake and Murphy with Alexa Bliss. And Alexa Bliss was that entire group. Before Alexa Bliss, Blake and Murphy were just nothing. They were garbage. They gave her the reason for people to watch. And then when she broke off the whole thing, they became irrelevant. They disappeared, and then Buddy Murphy ended up on 205 Live, where he is the best heel on 205 Live and one of the best heels. He is, for 2018, he was one of the top 3 heels in the entire company behind Tommaso Ciampa and Daniel Bryan. Don't at me. But this one had a dark cloud over it because the ending was supposed to lead to the match we were supposed to have. That was the night we were supposed to start talking about, man, I can't wait to see what these guys do to finish this story. This is going to be a great ending. And it's not going to happen. I was thinking about this over the last few days, or after I put my review up. There was nothing coming out saying Tommaso Ciampa got injured in a match. Now, Edge in 2002 had to go away for neck surgery. He missed WrestleMania 19. Oh, 2003, not 2002. 2003. He had to go away for neck surgery. He missed WrestleMania 19 and WrestleMania 20. 2 WrestleManias he missed because of a neck injury. It shortened his career by years. He had to retire in 2011 due to injuries. And I believe his injury, he did not just injure his neck in a match. It was compounding for all the TLC matches, all the hard-hitting matches that he had to do, all the spears and everything just caught up with him, and his neck really got screwed up. If you look back at all the takeovers from TakeOver New Orleans all the way up to TakeOver Phoenix for Tommaso Ciampa, he had some of the hardest-hitting matches for him, for NXT and all of WWE. His first match back, he took a powerbomb on the concrete. I believe that was the first one. New Orleans, yeah. He took a powerbomb on the concrete. I'm honestly surprised it was only Tommaso Ciampa out of him and Johnny Gargano to have to eventually have neck surgery or any type of surgery. Because those two beat the living hell out of each other 3 times. And then you had Velveteen Dream versus Tommaso Ciampa, which was a hard-hitting match. Aleister Black versus Tommaso Ciampa, not once but twice when he won the championship, right before TakeOver Brooklyn and at TakeOver Phoenix. So, and every match that he's probably had on the house show circuit that they do, any other match, the match that he had with Otis Dozovich was a pretty hard-hitting match. Tommaso Ciampa put his body through hell. And it honestly is probably just a combination of all of that led to his neck injury. You're not always going to see, when Lita got injured, she got injured on the set of taping a TV show. Stone Cold got a neck injury from a botched power driver by Owen Hart. It's always different. That's three people right there besides Tommaso Ciampa who've had this neck injury, the same exact type of neck injury, but got injured for different reasons. Compounding, one from the botch move, one from something not related to wrestling, and one just from taking your matches to 110% or 120% like Edge would do. Like I said, and I said on Wednesday, Tommaso Ciampa, when that match between DIY and Aleister Black and Ricochet was taped, his neck was already messed up. But he went out there and gave you one of the best matches he could ever give. Because that's how good Tommaso Ciampa is. He goes out there and gives you A+ after A+ after A+ effort. This guy is one of the best. He's been one of the best heels all year for the last year plus. This guy is going to be missed as long as he is out. They say he's going to have a full recovery. The biggest problem is that, well, he's in great shape, which is good. This is the one thing that compounded why Steve Austin ended up having to change his ring styles, because he wasn't in great shape. Edge was in good shape. Tommaso Ciampa is in great shape. It's still going to probably make him change his wrestling style a little bit. Just like in that knee injury, he can't, I believe he had to actually switch knees when it came to his running knee straight, because he'd always strike with the other knee, and he switched the other one because of the knee injury. Things have got, Austin and Lita as well, I believe. Their ring styles changed as they went on because of neck injuries. Edge had to slow it down probably a little bit too. Daniel Bryan with the concussions. He come back. He tries to do a little bit what he did before, but he slowed it down too. Tommaso Ciampa's already been through an ACL tear, which cost him 9 months of his career. This type of neck injury and surgery for somebody like me who doesn't do what they do, I would be back on my feet being able to recuperate and do daily activities in 4 to 6 weeks. But for him, it's going to be 6 to 8 months. So we could see Tommaso Ciampa return by the time War Games, if they're doing another War Games, which I'm pretty sure they will, which hasn't been announced, not for a long time. If War Games, but here's the thing, when Tommaso Ciampa comes back, when will he be back? Also, the other thing that happened in this show was Shayna Baszler interfered in a number one contenders match between Io Shirai and Bianca Belair. Prompted Kairi Sane to come down to try and help, and she choked out all three women. This made William Regal, which I have not seen William Regal on NXT TV since after Evolution, when he decided to interrupt Shayna Baszler, Jessamine Duke, and Marina Shafir, and let her know that she is going to be giving Kairi Sane a rematch at NXT Takeover War Games. I believe there was one other time maybe, but we haven't seen William Regal on NXT TV in a while. I'm hoping he's okay. I mean, we haven't seen. I know he was sick sometime last year, but because of what happened in that match, Shayna Baszler now has to face all three women for the NXT Women's Championship, and I like this idea other than the fact that it made her look stupid, because usually when you attack and destroy both participants or all participants in a number one contenders match, it ends up becoming a multi-person match for the title. I like this because Shayna Baszler should not be taking a pinfall or tapping out, leaving NXT. She's going to lose the championship to one of those three women. I don't know which one, but she's going to lose the title to one of those two women. The other positive is that Bianca Belair is going to be going into this match as she should have, as the right version of herself, instead of being the babyface they had her be against Shayna Baszler and NXT TakeOver Phoenix, which did not fit her one bit. So that is that, and this is definitely going to be her last show. Aleister Black, Ricochet, and Shayna Baszler all will be up on the main roster after WrestleMania, 110%. Takeover, whatever it's going to be, Aleister Black and Ricochet most likely will be on there, whether it's in the Dusty Tag Team Classic Finals, the Tag Team Championship match, or any other match. And that was NXT, that was Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, the most things that we needed to talk about. Moving on here to WWE and the news. There is no AEW news. I usually look and try and find some stuff. They really didn't have anything. The Road to Double or Nothing usually has some big surprise or something. Nothing this week. It was just, other than the fact that Pro Wrestling Tees is going to be selling an what is it? It's a stuffed pharaoh with the Siberian Nightmare scarf on it, which I thought was pretty cool. That's about all I know for the AEW news. There's nothing else really big right now. So, no news this week on AEW. I'll let you know if there's anything that pops up next week. But it's all WWE and a little bit, I think, somewhere else. WWE holds a meeting on superstars selling injuries in matches. This was something that they needed to do a long time ago because, one, Seth Rollins has been very bad at selling his knee injury every time it happens. When he does the sunset flip powerbomb and does the whole I'll buckle my knee because of my injury the one time it happened, which kind of gets old. And there's also a part in here that definitely was something that a lot of people caught on. According to a source speaking with WrestleZone, WWE recently held a meeting and issued a directive to be careful as to what and how they were selling things during matches. The source noted there was a spot between Becky Lynch and Nia Jax during the Women's Royal Rumble match, which this definitely was pointed out and was, I think, on Botchamania for sure. When Nia shoved Lynch off the steps and Becky sold her right knee, which did make contact first. Immediately, might have gone unnoticed, but Becky was supposed to sell her left knee, the one that she's been selling since then, and ended up switching as she rolled onto the floor because the referee came over to her and told her other knee. It can be seen at the 2-hour, 29-minute mark of the Royal Rumble broadcast. It was said that talent need to do much more careful with selling things like they do to cameras being everywhere, and Becky probably got a pass because she's been so hot as late. It didn't seem to catch as much attention as it could have. Other than the fact that it's on Botchamania, and I believe it was on the WTF Moments for Ross Tordell's for Cultaholic, I'm pretty sure it was noticed by a lot of the wrestling community. Yeah, WWE's got to clamp down on superstars selling knee injuries. Why do you think Dolph Ziggler gets a lot of praise? Because he is one of the best sellers in the business. 110%. That guy will go out there and sell his ass off for you. So, and again, like I said, Seth Rollins will go over, do the sunset powerbomb, and then try and sell his knee. He'll sell the knee for a little bit, and then, especially if it's early on in the match, then he'll come back and be miraculously healed like nothing even happened, and it's just so ridiculous. I mean, look what happened on Wednesday. Johnny Gargano sold a fake knee injury to fake out Tommaso Ciampa to stop him to, Rollins would lose, and Tommaso Ciampa was going to turn on him. He's like, I'm going to get him first. And he sold that knee very well. He even, hobbled on the way up, fell down like everything was right, and it was just perfect. That's how you sell a knee. He didn't get back up in the ring. It's just the same thing. I don't know what the hell WWE superstars on the main roster, because the selling problem seems to happen a lot more on the main roster than it does in NXT. I mean, Trent Seven got his knee absolutely attacked again by the Forgotten Sons in that match between Mustache Mountain and the Forgotten Sons, and he was selling his knee the entire match. It just seems like it's more glaring on the main roster, and especially since Seth Rollins decides he wants to play, oh, my knee's hurting, oh, my knee's fine. So hopefully this actually helps out, because it does take away the immersion when you see somebody who, at the beginning of the match is fine, middle of the match gets injured a little bit, and at the end of the match it's like nothing ever happened. Plain and simple. Update on Dean Ambrose after Raw this week. Is he still leaving? Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer reported via this past week's Wrestling Observer Radio with Brian Alvarez that the current standing with Dean Ambrose in WWE remains what the company's been touting on television, that he is indeed leaving. According to Meltzer, who checked in with one of his sources this past Monday, so Ambrose is not going to resign despite the heavy indication at Fastlane that there was some optimism at the way things were portrayed that Ambrose would stick around. Monday's main event on Raw further indicates that Dean Ambrose is sticking to his guns. Now, to anybody who says, oh, this is a work, oh, he's advertised for post-WrestleMania shows. No, he is not. He was for a time, but there's a little thing in the card. Every time, it's in small print, card subject to change. Dean Ambrose, as of right now, is leaving. As I also stated, what if, and this is something I have not heard anybody say, what if Dean Ambrose's contract comes up on April 1st and he does not sign again? Then I still want to know, and I have not heard this from anybody. I have not heard Dave Meltzer say when Dean Ambrose's contract is up. Only it's up in April. I have not heard Ryan Alvarez. I have not heard from Ryan Satin or anybody. Sean Ross Sapp, Joe Cronin, JD from NY, Cultaholic, Walt Culture, anybody. I have not heard anybody say the date of Dean Ambrose's contract coming up. Now, first off, they don't have to tell us that, but what if Dean Ambrose's final day is Monday, April 1st? This actually just came to my head as I started recording this, so if you want to know where I got this from, I just started talking and I just thought, what if his contract is up on April 1st and he's not going to sign at least an extension to WrestleMania? Then what we saw on Monday was the send-off of Dean Ambrose. Because WWE is not going to allow the week before WrestleMania Dean Ambrose to be on Raw and then be gone and being part of the Double or Nothing video, and boom, he's in AEW. This is WWE taking him off of TV. Now, if Dean Ambrose is on Monday Night Raw this Monday, which I don't think he is because of how brutally he was beaten down, what are you going to do? Oh, by the way, that scheduled UK stop for WWE, if you're going to that, please sell your tickets. Sell your tickets to somebody else. I don't want to see anybody go to this because WWE, even though this was the last ride of the Shield on Fastlane, it's not the last. It's the last ride of the real Shield, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. But it's going to be Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman as an honorary Shield member. It would not surprise me if that becomes the TV. WWE cannot. If this does come to TV, WWE just cannot let the Shield go. Cannot. And if Seth Rollins wins the Universal Championship, what would be the point of this? I don't know. You let me know what you think. But yeah, I still, somebody in the comment section below, tell me, what if Dean Ambrose's contract is up on April 1st and what we saw on Monday was them writing him off TV? If they mention Dean Ambrose was sent to a hospital or anything like that and he's going to be out, that tells me that last past Monday was his last episode of Monday Night Raw. We won't see him again unless he resigns. I've not heard this, and it just came to me during the beginning of this. Dean Ambrose's contract might be up on the 1st or during that first, right before WrestleMania. How about that? Moving on here, update on NXT call-ups. There's been speculation that sometime the WWE NXT call-ups being assigned to Raw and SmackDown roster after WrestleMania 35. Likely in the Superstar Shakeup on April 16th and 17th. Ricochet mentioned in a recent interview that with WPSD Channel 6 that he will continue to wrestle on both shows until after WrestleMania. And then he assumes he will be assigned to a roster. NXT superstars who are still using the NXT graphics on Raw and SmackDown include Ricochet, Aleister Black, EC3, Nikki Cross, Heavy Machinery, Lacey Evans, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. First off, we can scrub Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano off of this call-up list because Johnny Gargano is back in NXT. Whatever plans they had for DIY on the main roster got scrapped because of Tommaso Ciampa's injury. The last time we saw Gargano and Ciampa on the main roster was actually Ric Flair's birthday party. You had Johnny Gargano with Shawn Michaels on the red carpet, and then when they had all the superstars on the stage, you had John Gargano, and in front of him was Tommaso Ciampa, and that was the last time you saw those two on the main roster. But Gargano's back in NXT, going for the NXT Championship, come hella high water, going into NXT TakeOver New York. So, let me know in the comment section who you want, where you want each of these superstars to go. There has been talk of Lacey Evans going on to the feud against Natalya, so unless Natalya goes to SmackDown at the Superstar Shakeup, then if she's going to Raw. I want Nikki Cross to go to SmackDown. I want Aleister Black and Ricochet to go to SmackDown. Heavy Machinery should stay on Raw because Raw needs a tag team at least. Whether it's comedy or not, they need to stay on Raw because SmackDown doesn't need tag teams. They have enough tag teams. They have the Good Brothers and Sanity not being used. Heavy Machinery could at least be a piece for the Raw Tag Team division who could actually be used. Moving on here, Cena teases a WrestleMania match. Cena took to Instagram on Tuesday and posted a rare throwback photo of WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle, fueling speculation on Cena versus Angle at WrestleMania 35. Cena has used his Instagram account to tease feuds in the past. He posts several photos of The Undertaker, also with no captions leading up to the match at WrestleMania 34. Cena would be a good fit for Angle's last opponent because of the history that they have. Cena debuted on SmackDown back in June 27, 2002 by answering an open challenge from Angle. Cena lost that match, but it began his historic WWE run. As noted, Angle announced on last Monday's Raw that he will have his farewell match on WrestleMania 35 next month. For those who missed it, Angle mentioned in a post-Raw interview that the name discussed for his last match included Cena, AJ Styles, U.S. Champion Samoa Joe, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and WWE Intercontinental Champion Bobby Lashley. It makes sense for Cena and Kurt Angle. I would like to see Kurt Angle versus a young guy, a Ricochet, an Aleister Black. Because you lose, it's your farewell, it's your retirement match. You're supposed to go out on your back. If it's going to be Kurt Angle winning the match, Cena's fine. If it's going to be Kurt Angle winning his final match, then Cena's fine. Cena can go out there and lose to him again. If it's Angle losing, Drew McIntyre again would be fine. Samoa Joe would be awesome. AJ Styles would be good, even though we already have that one going down. He's going up against Randy Orton. Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, hell fucking no. If Baron Corbin or Bobby Lashley even sniff Kurt Angle's retirement match, I'm like, fuck that. Drew McIntyre was fine. I mean, it made sense for Drew McIntyre tapping him out in November and that being Kurt Angle's last match, but they want to do it at WrestleMania, so fine, whatever. Kurt Angle, I don't even want to see Kurt Angle in the arena. He can do a video package for all I care. Because because I don't want Kurt Angle being interrupted by Baron Corbin or Drew McIntyre or Bobby Lashley or anybody, let the match be as it is. We'll just see what happens. But Bobby Lashley is going to be defending the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania and not against Kurt Angle. Baron Corbin can get the fuck out of here. We'll talk about that later. And Drew McIntyre, Samoa Joe, yes, he was Kurt Angle's best rival in Impact Wrestling, but since it was in Impact Wrestling, WWE is not going to go there. So Cena, I would like to see if he's losing. If he's losing the match, this is the thing when it comes to this retirement match. It's Kurt Angle's losing, which you're supposed to lose your retirement match. You're supposed to lose, but since it's not, if you lose, you retire. It's just that this is my final match. They could pretty much if they want to, you could put somebody over. Finn Balor would be great. Chad Gable would be excellent. Bobby Roode, he's a little bit older. I'd say Finn Balor, Chad Gable, going for both brands here. I'd say Ricochet and Aleister Black would be awesome if you're putting somebody over, because that would be huge for those guys, one of those four guys, to get put over by Kurt Angle. Let me know in the comment section below who you want Kurt Angle to face at WrestleMania. And if you want to put it up a notch, who would he face if he's going to win? Who's he going to face? Who would he face if he's going to lose? Let me know. Let's see. WWE pushing for a women's match at Saudi Arabia. This one I don't see happening, but here we go. WWE looking to make a big move at one of their upcoming shows in Saudi Arabia. The company's deal with the country has been controversial topic in the past several months, especially after the death of journalist Jamal Khashoggi and the Saudi Arabian Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's possible role in the murder. Despite the story, WWE decided to continue to do a Crown Jewel event in the past November. However, stars such as John Cena and Daniel Bryan refused to work the show in light of the recent controversy. Prior to his leukemia diagnosis, Roman Reigns was not going to participate in the show. In WWE's first two shows of Saudi women under the new deal, women have not been allowed to compete at the card. However, according to a report from Fightful, there seems to be an internal push to change that. The report suggests a major pitch by several names of influence has been made to feature a women's match on the upcoming Saudi Arabian show in May. It was noted that there is currently no news on whether or not such a match has actually been confirmed, only that it is something several within the company are angling for. The idea has been brought up for those in charge of helping facilitate events, but nothing beyond that. We'll keep you updated as it goes on. I don't see this happening for the simple fact of it's not because on WWE's end, the WWE was in charge of the entire thing. This would be done, signed, sealed, delivered, and everything. But this isn't going to happen just because that's how the Saudi Arabian government goes. They put the Best of Both Worlds video, that awful music video, before we got the backlash, which was an awful pay-per-view. We'll touch on that later. And Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Carmella, and others were in the other females were in their wrestling gear, dancing around, shaking their hips and everything. And the Saudi Arabian Sports Authority put out an apology for this action, and they didn't condone it. So what makes you think that you're going to get anywhere with the Saudi Arabian government to get a women's match on these shows? If it was to happen, more power to them. But it's not going to happen anytime soon. It's just WWE is... The WWE got offered a shit ton of money from an awful place to work, and an awful place, and doesn't allow women. They would have did better going to... I think it was Abu Dhabi or wherever they had that first ever women's match for WWE between Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks. They would have had a better chance getting on those main shows than this. But that's that. Let me know what you think. Will there be a women's match on Saudi Arabia shows? I don't think so, but let me know. Dolph Ziggler has given us an update on his WWE status. Earlier this week, Dolph Ziggler spoke with 98.5 Wrestling Inside the Ropes about his current status with WWE. The last time fans saw Ziggler on WWE TV was in January, where he entered the Royal Rumble match in number 28, and did a lot better this year than he did last year. Making it to the Final Four, Ziggler would eliminate his former tag team partner, Drew McIntyre, and eventually be eliminated by Braun Strowman. During his interview, Ziggler was asked if he was still under contract with WWE, and while he technically is, it's under more of a handshake agreement to allow him to have outside opportunities like his stand-up comedy. He says, and I quote, "Technically, I am, yes," Ziggler said. "It's weird because for the last 2 years, I have been somewhat of a I've had somewhat of a handshake agreement, kind of behind closed doors deal with WWE. I've been able to do a lot of things on my own, not at WWE, just because of the relationship we had for the last 14 years. I have a bit of a handshake agreement right now, but we'll know some more details coming in the coming months." Quite honestly, I think Dolph Ziggler's time in WWE as anything important is done. He should just go off, do a stand-up comedy. If he wants to go wrestle for AEW and be with Cody and them, more power to him. But his time in WWE, there's nothing more he can do. There's nothing more he can do. But if anybody wants to know where Dolph Ziggler is and what's up with him, there you go. Why did WWE put Mustafa Ali in the WWE Championship match? WWE Fastlane included a couple of moments that we didn't see coming as fans. One interesting angle ran throughout the first portion of the broadcast and started during the kickoff show when Kofi Kingston was told that Vince McMahon wanted to talk to him about the WWE title match. McMahon said that he was making the WWE title match a triple threat, and Kofi's match was starting immediately after their meeting. That match turned out to be a squash match thanks to the bar. Then Mustafa Ali was inserted in the WWE Championship match to create a triple threat match. We were told that this decision was made for a few reasons. One, the biggest had to do with the fact that McMahon didn't want Kevin Owens taking a pinfall. Therefore, Mustafa Ali was one who actually lost the match. Another reason, which had more to do with the story, dealt with simply building steam for Kofi Kingston's push up the card. There was no intention of getting Mustafa Ali booed out of the building, which is essentially what happened as the "We Want Kofi" chant echoed in Cleveland. What did you expect? You have all these fans. You have Kofi come out expecting to be in the WWE Championship match. Crowds going ape shit crazy. This was going to be a Daniel Bryan 2014 situation. If it wasn't for the fact of how good Daniel Bryan, Kofi, Mustafa Ali, and Kevin Owens are, this entire match would have been a failure. Because the crowd was booing, chanting, "We want Kofi." But because of how good these guys are, the crowd went from booing to cheering. WWE had faith that Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, and Mustafa Ali performing that crowd would eventually turn around, which they did by the time the match was over. The fans still wanted to see Kofi Kingston perform, which was evident as well. It looks like Kofi Mania is still running wild in the WWE Universe, which is a great sign for him. Mustafa Ali, when he found out being added to the WWE match at Fastlane. How long do you think Mustafa Ali had? A week? The Tuesday before Fastlane? How about an hour to an hour and a half? Mustafa Ali recently spoke with Uproxx to promote his appearance on the new season of Secret Life of Muslims web series. Ali revealed that he didn't learn of his Fastlane match on Sunday until just over an hour before the match, which saw WWE Champion Daniel Bryan retain over Ali and Kevin Owens in a triple threat match. Ali said he went into the match thinking people wouldn't be happy to see him because they wanted to see Kofi. He said, and I would quote, "Yes, I would say I was told about an hour and a half, maybe before that match went on. So the pay-per-view had started, and I still didn't know I was competing in that match. So yeah, talk about getting ready really quick and having your mind in the whirl watching the show. I kind of went in expecting more of what's happening with Kofi, and I've gotten all the love and respect in the world for Kofi Kingston, but I knew what I was going to up against coming out of that night. Obviously, it's one thing to get thrown into a championship match last minute, but we always have to stay ready, and I was ready. I went out and gave it everything I had. Always said that I knew as soon as I walked out they were not going to be happy to see me because they wanted to see Kofi right now. And that's been the story of my entire life. People have negative reactions towards me. I get put in a really tough spot. I get thrown into a really dark spot, but somehow, someway, my light will shine. Somehow I can overcome, and at the end of the day, yeah, I walked out to a bruise, but when I walked out of the arena, they were cheering." Ali also talked about sometimes getting booed because his name and where he's from, and he asked if there's still encountered situations in the main roster where fans react differently to him because he's not going to talk about that. Yeah, WWE put Mustafa Ali in a very bad position. As we also stated, not Kofi Kingston, but in 2014, Daniel Bryan was the hottest thing in WWE. WWE tried everything they could to cool this guy off. They tried to make this guy irrelevant. And all it did was just push people to want to see Daniel Bryan more. The main event of WrestleMania 30 was supposed to be Batista versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, with Batista becoming the WWE Champion. That would have been absolutely fucking awful. Conspiracy theories is the fact that Daniel Bryan went on to win the WWE Championship. WWE tried to Vince McMahon counteracted that because if a certain streak wouldn't have been broken at WrestleMania, the biggest thing coming out of WrestleMania would have been Daniel Bryan, WWE Champion. He finally did it. But Vince McMahon's selfishness went into effect, and what we got was more people talking about the fact that The Undertaker's streak was broken over Daniel Bryan winning the WWE Championship, which was very selfish of Vince McMahon. But at the Royal Rumble, everybody wanted to see Daniel Bryan enter. Number 30 came in, was Rey Mysterio. I forgot all about this, but I remember watching Christian Miracle's sins videos, and he sinned recently, I think it was last year, the 2014 Royal Rumble. And I don't remember this being on there, but they had video clips of people of superstars talking about winning the Royal Rumble. One of those guys was Rey Mysterio. So the fact that when you look back on it now, people should have realized when you got to number 30 that Rey Mysterio was in that package of superstars wanting to win the Royal Rumble, but he hadn't been in the match yet. So you all felt like the people there in the arena, which I think they were in New Jersey or something. Oh wait, no, it was Philadelphia, wasn't it? It was Philadelphia, wasn't it? No, it was New Jersey. Philadelphia was 2 years later. But you should have known that Daniel Bryan was going to be in the match when he got to number 30, and Rey Mysterio wasn't in the match. But Rey Mysterio, who had never been booed before in his entire career, came out and looked like the biggest heel out there because he had the final spot where everyone wanted Daniel Bryan. That show was completely ruined because Daniel Bryan was not in the Royal Rumble. This was back when the Shield had not broken up, and it came down to Batista and Roman Reigns, and everybody wanted Roman to win that match so goddamn badly, and he didn't do it because Batista was going to WrestleMania to face Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, and it was just how it was. They almost had that hit a situation again this past Sunday when Kofi Kingston was not in the WWE Championship match. But the difference is 3 guys went out there and tore the house down and had the best match on the show. I don't give a fuck if it was the Shield's greatest hits in the main event. That match was not a main event match. When you have the three-man blend of Bobby the Trash Man Lashley, Baron the Boy Man Corbin, and Drew McIntyre, who shouldn't be associated with those two because he's too goddamn good to be associated with those train wrecks, versus the Shield, who are on their 5th or 6th reunion, just diminishes that reunion, diminishes the greatness of the Shield. That should have went on with Daniel Bryan and Kofi King, Daniel Bryan, Mustafa Ali, and Kevin Owens went, and Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, and Kofi King and Mustafa Ali should have main evented the show. Especially with the fact that you had the DQ finish for the women's match and the Charlotte and Becky Lynch match. So, Kofi Kingston is going to be in the main event of WrestleMania, not the main event, but the WrestleMania championship match, but it can't be because of Tuesday. They have to figure something else out. We have 2 weeks to go. You have something happen that causes Kofi Kingston not to win this Tuesday, and then you do something on the next episode of SmackDown that gets him into that match, if that's what you want to do. But Ali, again, showed you. To anybody who's like, oh, Ali is just 205 Live, he should go back there, he can't hang with these guys on the main roster. He shuts you up. They all shut you up. Mustafa Ali is one of the best guys in WWE today. And he showed you that. I still want to see Cedric Alexander come to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown Live and get off of 205 Live. They brought Mustafa Ali from 205 Live. They could do the same thing for Cedric Alexander. He's done everything he can over there. It's time to move him over to Raw or SmackDown, and he could hang and be in the championship opportunity either for the Intercontinental title, U.S. title, Universal Championship, or WWE Championship. And I'm not lying on that. Moving on here. WWE announcer says Kofi vs. Bryan should main event WrestleMania. Yeah, hold on. One of the hottest phenomenons taking WWE by storm is Kofi Mania. Many have been campaigning to see the 11-year veteran compete against Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship, including one of the forces of SmackDown Live, SmackDown's Tom Phillips. Recently joined Wrestle Open Radio to give his opinion on who should close WrestleMania 35, saying it should be Kingston challenging the Planet's champion in New Jersey. If it's Kofi Kingston that somehow gets the WWE title opportunity against Daniel Bryan, I selfishly, as a SmackDown guy, would love to see that in the main event. While there is still no confirmation on who will face Daniel Bryan at MetLife Stadium, the current advertised main events for the WrestleMania include the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, as well as Raw Women's Championship Triple Threat, which features Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair. Phillips believes Lesnar and Rollins can main event an event at any time, and is also looking for the Triple Threat. He says the WWE Championship has not been closing the match at WrestleMania since 2016, where Roman defeated Triple H at AT&T in Dallas, Texas. The WWE Championship has been followed by the Universal title the previous 2 WrestleManias, in with Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt in 2017 and AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which was sabotaged to the greatest extent because WWE would not let AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura tear the house down to take the thunder away from Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Phillips also called both matches, said that he is hooked in the Kofi storyline, like most people are. Selfishly wants this match to close the show. Phillips will be on the call next Tuesday as Kofi will compete the gauntlet match featuring Randy Orton, United States Champion Samoa Joe, The Bar, and Rowan. This confirms that Daniel Bryan is not in that match. If Kofi is victorious on SmackDown Live, he will get his wish and face Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 35. Before we move on here, that's not going to happen it's not going to main event, even though it would be one of the top 3 matches, most likely. I asked the question earlier in this podcast. Where would you guys be if Mustafa Ali didn't get injured? Where would all these Kofi bandwagoners be for Kofi Kingston if Kofi Kingston was never put in that gauntlet match? What if they put Rey Mysterio in there? What if they put Andrade in there? What if they put Jeff Hardy in there? Or Matt Hardy returning? Or Kevin Owens in there? Where would you all be if Mustafa Ali didn't get hurt? I would be excited to see Mustafa Ali get this opportunity. I would be excited to see Mustafa Ali get to be able to tell a story that 1 year ago I was on 205 Live competing on the pre-show for the Cruiserweight Championship, and now at this WrestleMania I'm taking on the WWE Champion at WrestleMania. Would that happen? That would be the way I would go. But he got hurt. Where would you all be? Where would all these Kofi bandwagoners who are chanting for Kofi? Where the fuck would you be? Would you be chanting for Kofi Kingston if Mustafa Ali never got hurt? Tell me. I want to know in the comment section. If Mustafa Ali never got hurt, had the same exact, which was mapped out for him, the gauntlet match and the way the Elimination Chamber ended was mapped out for Mustafa Ali, where would you all be then? I want to know this. Where would you all be if it wasn't Kofi? Because I guarantee you, none of you, nobody, except for a select few who have been wanting Kofi Kingston to get a WWE Championship match since the day he made his debut. And that is a very small few of the community. None of you would be sitting here wanting Kofi none of you would be in the arena chanting Kofi over and over, wanting him to win a champion, go to WrestleMania. This Kofi Mania would not be happening. None of this would be happening. All of you who are on this Kofi bandwagon, who have been in hiding or cheering for other people, you would be saying, oh, the New Day, they're terrible, the New Day I'm tired of the New Day. That's where you would be going. The New Day would have no plans at WrestleMania. Because right now, it looks like Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys, are going to go against the Usos. Both teams are teasing for it. Both teams are asking for it. So, where would the New Day be? This is like, WWE, this fell into their lap. This was not their plan. To any fucking retard out there who thinks this was WWE's plan, it wasn't. WWE got locked into this because of an injury. Now, that sometimes makes some great storytelling. And as they say, when one goes down, next man up. Kofi came in and picked up the ball and ran with it. But I want to know, where would everyone be if Kofi Kingston would have never been put in that gauntlet match? Where would you be if Mustafa Ali would start against Daniel Bryan, pin Daniel Bryan in that first match, then go on to beat, who was it? Who was this? It was Daniel Bryan. Man, I'm having a shot. This one's hurting me, but yeah, Daniel Bryan, and he beat Samoa Joe. Jeff Hardy, yeah. Daniel Bryan beat Jeff Hardy, beat Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe would go out and choke him out, only to have him eventually tap out to a calf crusher to AJ Styles. Where would you all be there? Would you be on the Mustafa Ali bandwagon? Or would you be like, oh, what are they doing? Why are they pushing this guy? He's from 2055. I think that's where a lot of people would be. Just because it's Kofi Kingston, he's been here for 11 years, is the only reason this is as hot as it is. I still think Mustafa Ali would get a little bit of respect, but he would not be way how Kofi Kingston is. But I guarantee you, none of you people would be sitting there if Kofi Kingston was not putting that gauntlet match right now, begging for Kofi Kingston to get the WWE Championship match. Nobody would be thinking Kofi should be wrestling for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Prove me otherwise. I'm telling you the truth. I know this for a fact. Nobody. Just maybe a select few, the ones who have always been a Kofi, like the people who have been true Kofi fans, and Kofi is like their greatest heel and they want to see him be WWE Champion. Those ones have been there since day one. But everybody else who's sitting in that crowd chanting Kofi, he ain't nothing but bandwagoners. And what are you going to do when Kofi wins that championship and then on Tuesday, the Tuesday after WrestleMania, he loses it and never wins it back? Where are you going to be? Where are you going to be? You're going to move on to the next thing. Plain and simple. This is always going to be, this entire storyline for Kofi Kingston is going to be a big what if. What if? What if Kofi, what if Mustafa Ali never got injured? I really want to know that one. Because I guarantee you, we would not be hearing Kofi, we want Kofi, we want Kofi, we want Kofi. But Kofi would be nowhere close to the WWE Championship picture. Vince McMahon himself on Tuesday said it, and it's absolutely true. If Vince McMahon saw Kofi Kingston as a WWE Champion, it would have happened a long time ago. Now, he saw that potentially happening back when Randy Orton, when he dropped the Jamaican accent and he was starting to have a feud with Randy Orton. Rumor is he was supposed to take on Randy Orton for the WWE Championship and beat Randy for it. And then Randy threw a hissy fit and all that. And Kofi was never looked at the same. Kofi Kingston in this iteration of Kofi Kingston is not the WWE Championship material. He's not. I see WWE Champion being somebody who takes his job, he takes everything seriously. He goes out there not throwing pancakes around, not being a goofball. This iteration of Kofi Kingston is not WWE Championship material, plain and simple. He does not come off as a WWE Champion. He doesn't feel like a WWE Champion. That's my opinion on that. If you don't like it, take it and keep it to yourself. Moving on here, WWE issues branding guidelines for WrestleMania. The Tampa Bay Times recently shared a list of WWE do's and don'ts given to local media. This is something they do every year, and it's kind of pathetic. Ahead of last week's WrestleMania 36 press conference, it was announced next year's shows will take place at Raymond James Stadium on April 5th, 2020. When referring to our talent, this is absolutely fucking ridiculous. We ask that you refer to them as both WWE superstars for both men and women and not as professional wrestlers, even though that is their job. As of March 2016, our female superstars are no longer referred to divas, so please call them WWE superstars. Please refer to our company as WWE and not World Wrestling Entertainment. The reason they don't want to be called World Wrestling Entertainment is because Vince McMahon does not like the word wrestling. Your company has the word wrestling in its name. Please do not use the term professional wrestling. Instead, use WWE or sports entertainment to describe our brand. E.g., we have many WWE fans in Tampa area, or I have always been a fan of sports entertainment. The WWE Championship or WWE title are appropriate names for the title. It is not called a belt or a strap. This is something they do every year. It's absolutely just ridiculous that they make you say all this shit. Just let people go out there and say what they want to say. If they want to say these professional wrestlers or WWE's, like these WWE professional wrestling superstars, let them say that. But whatever. This is Vince McMahon. My question is, when Vince McMahon leaves and Vince McMahon is gone, and passes away or retires or gets forced out by a company vote, and Triple H takes over, will all these guidelines be gone? Because quite honestly, these guidelines are absolutely fucking ridiculous. They don't need any of this. It is a WWE Championship belt. It is a title belt. The strap, whatever, that's just whatever. It is a WWE title belt. It goes around your waist. Sports entertainment is a fucking stupid ass word. 2 words. It's professional wrestling. Sports entertainment is... And sports entertainment, this is the problem with that. Sports entertainment covers everything now. Not just WWE. It's basketball, football, baseball, hockey, have their own portions of sports entertainment. The NBA is sports entertainment. It's not mere basketball anymore. It's sports entertainment through and through. So is the NFL. Whether you want to hear it or not. The NFL is nothing but a sports entertainment thing. Baseball, they have their little sports entertainment moments. ESPN is sports entertainment. Fox Sports is sports entertainment. So just being like, oh, we're sports entertainment. No, you're not. You're professional wrestling. Moving on here. WWE making changes to the Hall of Fame ceremony. It's about fucking time. It looks like some weird format changes could be coming to the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony this year. According to the report from the floor seats Chris Featherstone, some major traditional components to the festival will be eliminated this year. One of those eliminations include each inductee being introduced by specific people. I think that's a little extreme. It's nice to see Road Dogg inducting Jeff Jarrett, Mean Gene being inducted by Hulk Hogan. I think it was Mean Gene who got inducted by Hulk Hogan, yeah. Stuff like that. I like that. This was a special tradition during the ceremony as inductees' closest friends in the business or men or women vital to said inductees' careers were able to usher them into the Hall of Fame amongst their fellow professional wrestling greats. Also, the report suggests the induction speech will now be limited to 15 minutes. Thank fucking God. Who was the female inductee last year? Her speech was so fucking stupid. Absolutely fucking stupid. She goes out there and doing this whole marriage proposal thing. It's like, really? This was it. She went on and on and around. It was like, we need groomsmen. We need a bridesmaid. And it's like, that's stupid. Jeff Jarrett last year doing With My Baby Tonight that lasted 4 or 5 minutes after a long-winded induction speech. Absolutely ridiculous. 15 minutes. 15, 20, that's fine. But 15 minutes is good. We don't need to have an induction. Like, DX is going to break this rule, of course. They're the headliners. They're going to be on talking for 30 minutes. It's like, is it 15 minutes for Shawn, 15 for Triple H, 15 for X-Pac, 15 for Billy Gunn, and 15 for Road Dogg, and 15 for whoever's going to be representing China? That's a long time right there. One of the biggest criticisms about the ceremony is that some Hall of Famers deliver speeches that are far too long with the new 15-minute time rule. This will dramatically shorten the length of the ceremony. This year's Hall of Fame class includes Harlem Heat, Booker T and Stevie Ray, the Honky Tonk Man, Tori Wilson, D-Generation X. A lot of people are throwing hate for the fact that Stevie Ray is going into the WWE Hall of Fame. I have no problem with it. 10-time WCW Tag Team Champion with his brother. I know he didn't do much else after that, but they're going in as Harlem Heat. I would have a problem with it if it was just Stevie Ray on his own, because honestly, he didn't do anything outside of being a tag team with his brother. Harlem Heat was one of the best tag teams in the early 90s and mid-90s. So Stevie Ray and Booker T have their place. The one I have a problem with is Tori Wilson, because she did nothing for the business. She proved nothing. She had no memorable moments, no championships, nothing. It was kind of shitty, too, because I believe 2 months after she left WWE, or they released her, they introduced the Divas Championship, which she was on SmackDown like her entire time from the time the brand split started to the time she left. They introduced the Divas Championship after she left, which was like a month or two after she left, which has got to be a kick in the pants to her, because I'm sure if she was still around, she would have probably won that championship at least once or twice. But yeah, 15 minutes length time is fine. I wonder how long they're going to enforce this. Are they going to have a timer up there that goes bam, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you have to leave? Now, if someone who watched the Hall of Fame here and there, I don't think eliminating the fact that, like, say, Hulk Hogan inducting somebody, or, like, Jimmy Hart. I think Jimmy Hart inducted Hillbilly Jim was inducted by Jimmy Hart. Those are fine. Give those guys 10 minutes to talk about their friend or one of their peers. That is fine. There is no reason why you should get rid of that. That was great. That was fine. You get to hear a little bit from those guys. The only thing that needed to be changed was the talk of the speeches. I mean, that picture, that definitely had to be a reason they changed it, because last year Goldberg was the headliner, and they showed pictures of the Hall of Fame where people who were sitting down were disappearing. There were like empty seats while Goldberg was giving his speech, which if I'm Goldberg or anybody sitting up there and I'm looking down trying to give my heartfelt speech to this, and I see nobody here, that would kind of piss me off. So anybody want me to watch the Hall of Fame over the G1 Supercard? There you go. News on NXT superstars who were favored backstage. When I first saw the title, I'm like, whoa, WWE's main card is already favoring some. Like, I was like, oh, we're going to hear about Lacey Evans, because technically Lacey Evans, Heavy Machinery, Nikki Cross, Aleister Black, Ricochet, EC3 are all still NXT stars, even though they're on the main roster. A couple of the budding NXT startups may start seeing a lot more success this year continues to unfold. Eric Bugenhagen and Stacey Ergen Jr. are both receiving rave reviews behind the scenes of NXT, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Bugenhagen, has been seen, describes himself as a metalhead beefcake, and although he hasn't been particularly successful in picking up wins, he has quickly become a crowd favorite at Full Sail University. His character has been repackaged multiple times since his stint with NXT's first time. Bugenhagen became Big Boog, Rick Boog, in the latter part of 2018 and continued as such until his self-titled persona debuted on this February 6, 2019 episode of NXT and losing an effort to Drew Gulak. Rick Boog, that had to be like him on the house show circuit. I don't think I've seen this guy like Eric Bugenhagen until he made his debut as Eric Bugenhagen. So Rick Boog, I don't remember him at all. So maybe that was someone who was on the house show circuit that they, most of the guys, especially like an Eric Bugenhagen, are seen on the house show circuit for NXT before they're ever seen on NXT TV. Even Donovan Dijakovic and the Forgotten Sons were on NXT's house show circuit for months before, especially Forgotten Sons were on there for like a year. The Forgotten Sons were on the house show circuit for NXT for like a year. They did a feud in the house show circuit with Sanity, which we all thought we were going to see Sanity versus the Forgotten Sons and Lacey Evans, but that never happened. Erwin Jr. had his first match with WWE NXT last fall, suffering a defeat to the hands of NXT mainstay Cassius Ohno. He began gymnastics in 2001 around the age of 8 and continued until his team won the NCAA Men's Gymnastics Championship in 2013. Erwin Jr. was introduced to the NXT fans when he tagged with partner Humberto Carrillo in a match against the Street Profits this past February. With recent call-ups transitioning out of the NXT and up to the main roster, it will be interesting to see if Bugenhagen and Erwin Jr. become featured more and more prominently on NXT TV. I'm just going to be honest right now, Eric Bugenhagen still had not impressed with him, but he's only had like 1 or 2 matches. He had like 1 match, wasn't it, against Drew Gulak? He did almost nothing. It was a short match, and they did not show me anything with him. He's got all the personality in the world. He's got all the charisma in the world, but I have to see what he can do in the ring. He can be that guy who sits there and like wows the crowd with his stage presence, which is a must in WWE. If you ain't got any stage presence, you can have all of the talent in the ring. If you can't talk, which he's had maybe 1 or 2 promos in the back, he hasn't really talked on NXT TV. So if you don't actually watch the YouTube channels for those, then how are you going to know what he sounds like? So if he can get a mic, we see how he sounds there. Like I said, I need to see a little bit more from him. Irvin Jr., I don't remember much of him either. I guess he did face against the Street Profits, which, okay. But if they're having rave reviews, we'll expect to see him even more. I see Kona Reeves, who was somebody who WWE seemed to have a little bit high on, is completely dead in the water. The biggest fear of Eric Bugenhagen is not in NXT, because Triple H will take care of anybody and try to get, like, NXT will give you the platform to grow your character as much as you can. It's when he goes to the main roster. No Way Jose, was not a fan of the guy. When he first debuted in NXT, was in the same position as Bugenhagen. He was beloved by the fans. He was a way overact in NXT. He was used sparingly, a lot less than he was towards the end of his time in NXT. I think he got injured, and then we only saw him once or twice in NXT, and he really didn't change anything. It was just who he was. He comes up to the main roster and does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, I'm not saying that Bugenhagen can't break out of that mold, but Vince McMahon is going to see this gimmick one time, and he's going to be labeled as a comedy act. Plain and simple. That is the problem. Now, like I said, I'm not saying he can't break out of that, but when he gets to the main roster, it's going to be really hard for anyone to sit there and be like, yeah, he's going to be good. Because WWE has been down this road before with Adam Rose. They tried to put stock in Adam Rose, and that went nowhere. No Way Jose. People comparing the conga line to Rosebuds, so that's not good. Bugenhagen, the only thing I'd say he has over those two is it's just him. He doesn't have any groupies or anybody behind him. That might change, who knows, because he's supposed to be this air guitar rock star. Maybe he gets groupies, who knows. But for now, it's just him and himself. But just to see, we'll see where he goes. There's a long way to go, and he's just getting started. He's gonna be. I don't think he's not gonna win a championship or anything. Probably in the second half of 2018 or 2019. But he's going to be a focal point for NXT moving forward. Probably after WrestleMania week. After WrestleMania, like, we have everything taped up till Takeover. And we're not going to see any thing for Bugenhagen or Stacey Erwin Jr. until after that. They're going to be going into the reset mode because Shayna Baszler is coming up for sure, and Aleister Black and Ricochet are coming up for sure. And WWE and NXT is going to need to start bringing other guys up, because what if Johnny Gargano wins the NXT Championship and then goes to the next takeover and loses it there after making a defense or two at the NXT shows? NXT tapings. So we'll have to wait and see. Did I see these guys doing well in NXT? Yes. If you're getting rave reviews backstage, which honestly I have to say this first off, we have to take this with a little bit of a we can't just like, oh, we're gonna be great, because Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir have been getting rave reviews backstage, and if you go back and watch that 6-woman tag team match between with Io Shirai, the Sky Pirates and Bianca Belair versus those three, every time Duke and Shafir got in the ring, the crowd was booing them, chanting, "You can't wrestle," which is absolutely disrespectful, and please tag Shayna. They were not ready. Absolutely, we're not ready for this match. So we have to just hold it. We have to hold back. We can't just be excited with the fact that this news, because they may be getting rave reviews and then go into the ring and then shit the bed. Because that's exactly what Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir did. They shit the fucking bed in that match. And y'all wonder why the 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen match is held off for probably another year. Is that exact reason? Like I said, let me know in the comment section what you think of Stacey Irvin Jr. and Eric Bugenhagen. How far do you think they're going to go? And not just NXT, but the main roster. Speaking of NXT, this is a bummer. This next one's a bummer. NXT superstar Chelsea Green injured. Chelsea Green, also known for former stint in Impact Wrestling as Knockout Champion Laurel Van Ness, had an exciting day on Wednesday that ended with an unfortunate setback. While wrestling in front of the Full Sail University crowd, I hear it was a dark match. She wasn't on the show. For her very first time, Green apparently broke her wrist mid-match, but continued on until she delivered her finisher and emerged victorious over Jessie. I think it's Jessie Ellenball. In an Instagram post Green's Instagram post where she revealed that the injury will require surgery, she said, "Today I had the opportunity to wrestle for the first time at a Full Sail for the WWE NXT after years of dreaming of it. Wow, it was everything I had imagined it would be. Of course, with this job comes occupational hazards. Unfortunately, I broke my wrist mid-match and will require surgery first thing in the morning. It sucks. I'm upset. I'm angry. I'm sore, but I'll be back soon. This is just a tiny bump on the road. Many goals I have set for 2019. Along with her reigning Impact Wrestling Knockouts champion, Green was part of Lucha Underground as Reclusa, and she finished in the 4th place in the females on WWE Tough Enough in 2015. So I wish I wish a speedy recovery for one Chelsea Green. It's a bummer. I hear it was a dark match. She wasn't actually on the show, so it's great that she actually, because a lot of people would break the wrist and be like, "Oh my god, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore," and then have the referee throw up the X and everything. She fought through a broken wrist to finish a match. That just tells you right there that they have something special in Chelsea Green. We already know that from her crazy gimmick that she did in Impact Wrestling, but the crazy bride or whatever it was. This right here, just the fact that she finished the match with a broken wrist, just tells me that she is going to be somebody who isn't going to just go, "Well, I'm injured. Fuck this. I'm done." No, she's gonna carry through a match. Now, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, if you break your neck or have a really bad break, like a broken leg or something, continue the match." But just, I commend her for that. Not too many people would actually go out and do that. Roman Reigns wants to make changes to his character. Roman Reigns recently appeared at the Sports Illustrated Media podcast and said he wants to change his character to include more of the real man behind his gimmick, Joe Onowale. I don't know if I say Onowale yet. Onowale read it all. If I don't, please criticize me because I'm sorry. Roman said he started that process the week after he returned to TV following his second battle with leukemia. He said, and I quote, "I honestly think last week that was one of my goals. I was like, okay, I knew first week was going to be crazy emotional, but I don't want to be the guy who comes out there and everybody gets semi-sad or gets super heavy all the time. I want people to have fun. I want to create escapism. It's like a mini vacation for the fans on their couch. Let's get into these storylines. Let's take I'm sorry, if Monday Night Raw is a mini vacation, I don't want to have that vacation anytime soon. Monday Night Raw has been awful. All this positive sensitivity being sent to me and shifted and sent it to people in need. That's where I'm at now, shifting all this positive energy from me to people in need," Reigns said. Reigns says he believed it would be pretty neat if he could show different sides of himself over the next few years, including more of how he is when he's chilled out, more comedy and more emotion. He continued, but also with the storylines and characters, because we have introduced Joe, especially last week. I felt like there was a lot of Joe within the promo of segment 1. Even with the interaction with Seth Rollins, I just feel like with me integrating the character and who I am in real life and who I am on stage, for me to kind of mix them, it allows me to laugh at Roman a little bit and have a little more fun. It'll be a little more loose as opposed to the stoic brawler. If you know me in real life, I'm kind of like my cousins, the Usos. I'm a bit of a clown. I act up. We goof off a lot. We're silly. We're being kids. We're always goofing around, trying to laugh. If I can add that in the next couple of years, these layers are being chilled out. A little more comedy, a few different emotions, I think it would be pretty neat. This is something that Roman needs to do. WWE can, as I said before, cannot book him the way they did before leukemia came back. They cannot. WWE has Roman where they want him. They have him as, there are some boos. I've heard him on Monday. I heard him on Fastlane. They were small, but you could hear them. People, not everybody is buying into the Roman Reigns coming back from leukemia. I don't mean that as in, oh, these people think he's fake. They faked it, so he's going to boo him. They don't still buy the Reverend Reigns where life is too short. We have to love those who we have around us. You cannot keep booking him as you did before he left. Because if you continue to book him as the way he was before he left, he's going to be stale immediately, and he's going to get booed. Everything that you had fall into your lap needs to be taken advantage of. If you just squandered this moment to get this guy to where you want him to be, then there's no hope for him. There's no hope. Roman Reigns, bringing, and as we know, the best gimmicks are those that are cells turned up to 11 in WWE. In any wrestling fantasy, really. Are those turned up to 11, and Roman right now has never felt like that. Roman has felt like a carbon copy of John Cena. He doesn't feel legitimate. He doesn't feel real. Why is Daniel Bryan the best heel in WWE's main roster? Oh, I don't know, because Daniel Bryan feels like he's real. He feels like that's what Bryan Danielson, the guy who is Daniel Bryan, actually is. He is an environmentalist. He is a vegan. He is somebody who doesn't like consumerism. He doesn't like. He likes. What do I want to say? He doesn't like the fact that, as he said in that great promo before TLC, that night on TLC, when he went completely ballistic and said he hated every time WWE came out with a new shirt, and it killed him inside how to wear that because he knows where it came from. That's the real Bryan Danielson. That's real. It feels real because every time he opens his mouth, he's speaking from the heart. Roman has never felt like that except for when he came out and talked about him having to go battle leukemia, and the night he came back. 4 years. For 4 years, this guy never felt real until something natural, something terrible, but something natural came around and fucked everything up for WWE. You have him where you want the fan. You have the fans where you want on him. Don't fuck it up. This guy cannot be booked as the superhero-like John Cena-like character. It just will not work. Let this guy bring out a little bit more Joe. You've already introduced him in WWE canon. Let him be more like that. Hell, I wouldn't fucking mind if he wasn't back to being called Joe. Joe Reigns or just Joe. Roman Joe Onowale Reigns, whatever. You got to go with that. Let him be more of himself. So, and if you let him be more of himself, more people will relate to him. That's the biggest thing WWE does. Vince McMahon doesn't seem to get the most over guys or people that we relate to. In the 80s, but Hulk Hogan was a superhero. He was a larger-than-life superhero type character, and it was tailored to kids. To young kids, and what are young boys like at that time, and still today? What do I want to say? Larger than life superhero like characters. Warrior, same thing. I don't know, like the Attitude Era was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Why was he over? Because when we grew up, the people from the 80s grew up into being like anti-authority people in the world in the 90s, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, we could live vicariously through him. So getting this guy to be more relatable. John Cena, when he first started, was a rapper. When he became big, he was a rapper. He actually put out an album, which I actually do not mind. Right now, I actually like that song. Don't at me. I think it was a great song. But some people could relate to him. And then you took that all away and became this corporate sellout guy who just does whatever the corporation, the WWE, wants him to do. Roman Reigns has never felt real. Never felt like he was he never felt like he was anything other than WWE trying to take what worked with John Cena and do it again. You can't do that. WWE must give Roman Reigns the free reign to do and be more of himself. You let the man, Joe Onowale, come out there on Monday Night Raw in October and just speak from the heart. He came back 4 months later and did the exact same thing. Those were the two realest promos he has ever cut. Book him more like Joe Onowale and less like Roman Cena. Teach it like, yeah, that's what they need to do. Because if they go back and just, you want him to be the most beloved over guy, let him be himself. Do not just continue down this path of this is what we did with John Cena, and that's what we're going to do. Let this guy be himself. Only time will tell. Moving on here. Backstage news on Jeff Jarrett's future in WWE. As noted, WWE Hall of Famer recently joined the WWE creative team and is now working under a full-time executive level role. There's a feeling within WWE that Jarrett will end up being very influential behind the scenes, or at least become a key member of the creative team, according to Wrestling Observer newsletter. One source close to the situation noted that the Observer that based on watching how Jarrett plays the game, they believe he will be the most influential guy in the company before too long. Aside from Triple H, key writers like Dave Kapoor, Brian B.G. James, and Michael P.S. Hayes. And perhaps Paul Heyman, who is very influential right now in the ties to the Raw Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey, and Brock Lesnar. It was noted that Jarrett is well known for being charming if you work with him, and has the ability to quickly make you feel like he's a friend. Jarrett also has some authority when talking to talent that non-wrestlers is going to have, because a lot of current WWE talent grew up watching him perform, and they know he ran his own company straight to the ground. That last part was me, but there's one thing that everybody who is going to listen to Jeff Jarrett should realize, that yeah, he ran his own company, but his own company almost, and I mean the first one, almost went bankrupt if it wasn't for a group of people talking to the Carters to get money for them. And then, of course, Dixie Carter was the head for years, and that became Impact Wrestling as we know today. His second company he tried to make, Global Force Wrestling, didn't even get off the ground. Yeah, they taped 16 episodes, like 16 hours, or 16 episodes, or whatever episodes of Amped, which didn't air anywhere until Global Force Wrestling fused with Impact Wrestling, when Anthem bought them, and then Anthem got the tapes, Anthem destroyed the master tapes, and now Jeff Jarrett is suing them. But I can understand where, like, Jeff Jarrett as a wrestler who's been in the business his entire life, Jeff Jarrett has been in this business. His dad is a fucking promoter, a former promoter. I think his grandfather was also in the wrestling business. But he's been there, done that, and seen more than any of those non-wrestling writers could ever see. Vince McMahon needs to remove all these Hollywood writers and bring in guys who've been in the business and know what to say and know how to get to, like, connect with your talents. You need more people in the creative team who have been there, done that, seen it all, compared to these Hollywood writers who don't know shit. Your TV will get better. Your ratings will get better. People will be more happy. But here's the thing. Will Jeff Jarrett make a difference in the creative world? No. Everything goes through Vince McMahon. Everything goes through Vince McMahon. Jeff Jarrett could be talking to a Finn Balor, and they could be mapping out this entire storyline for Finn Balor all the way from WrestleMania to SummerSlam. They present it to Vince McMahon, he reads it up, and is like, this is very good. But it's not for Finn Balor. Everything you just worked on means nothing. Honestly, nothing really matters because everything has to go through that Vince McMahon filter, and everything that comes out of goes through that Vince McMahon filter nowadays is only things that Vince McMahon wants. So it doesn't make a difference. Asuka, moving on here. WrestleMania plans have changed. It's good. We're less than 1 month away from WrestleMania 35, and there's been no solid word on who SmackDown Women's Champion Asuka will defend her title against. There were official plans to do Lacey Evans versus Asuka at one point, but that match was nixed weeks ago. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, we don't know why Evans versus Asuka was pulled, but Evans is said to have her first main roster feud against Natalya. We don't know that for a fact either. It's been reported that Evans is in line for a significant push on her main roster as W officials are high on her. I don't know fucking why. Did they not watch the Royal Rumble? She had the only noteworthy thing that she did in NXT was have a mini feud with Kairi Sane, and she lost that feud. Now, based on the current SmackDown storylines, this is speculation that Asuka defending against Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville in a triple threat match at WrestleMania 35. WWE has been teasing tension between Deville and Rose to add to the storyline. It's possible they do a fatal four-way with Naomi added in, or some kind of multi-woman match with superstars from the Blue brand. Not everybody on the roster deserves to be on WrestleMania. Why would the Iconics be in this match? Why would Carmella be in this match? Why would Naomi be in this match? None of them have done anything. Unfortunately, and this is what sucks about Asuka right now, is that nobody on SmackDown outside of Becky and Charlotte Flair is on her level. So what are they going to do with Asuka? This just, I don't know what they could do. I pitched Nikki Cross. Honestly, they did put a video out that on SmackDown or from Raw when Alexa Bliss announced that she was the host of WrestleMania. Nikki Cross was listening in the back, and she talked about maybe spoiling that party. So will we see Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss in a feud? Spare me. Unless that video of Alexa Bliss training in the Performance Center and she's doing all these special, these new moves that she hasn't ever shown, if she could do half of that shit, I would be enjoyable. But I have no desire for a Nikki Cross versus Alexa Bliss match. So I would love to see Nikki Cross versus Asuka. You could build off of what they did down in NXT, but with there only being 3 episodes left, I don't see that happening. Again, I do not want to see multi-person match after multi-person match after multi-person match after multi-person match. Just because you work for the company does not mean you need to be on WrestleMania. Plain and simple. Just saying. If you have to be on WrestleMania, that means you have worked your ass off from the night after WrestleMania last year to WrestleMania this year. You do not need to be on WrestleMania. If you want to be on WrestleMania and you're not one of the people who've been working their ass off, battle royal for you. Plain and simple. WWE looking to take Renee Young off of commentary. Renee Young made history as the first full-time female commentator on WWE television. She also broke barriers by appearing at WWE Crown Jewel event as the only female employee who was admitted to take the journey to Saudi Arabia. She honestly could, and here's the thing, she could not travel with the men. She had to travel separately, and she had to be dressed in an entire, this black... she was, dressed from head to toe on, a black sheet or something. A black, very thick-looking black dress with only pretty much her head and neck being seen. Young has not been shy in the past about how the transition into the commentary role was difficult, one to get used to. She had to learn how to talk in snippets instead of sentences, which was unlike her previous role hosting panels and conducting interviews. Roger reports that there have been discussions with WWE officials to take Renee Young off the Raw commentary team. At this time, there was no more information other than that this WWE has been discussing. we'll have to wait and see what happens in this situation, and we'll keep you updated and Big Sound News. We gotta admit, Renee Young's awful. Renee Young has been absolutely awful. She brings nothing to the table. Ooh, ah, oh, hey, oh. Or her and Corey Gray arguing like fucking children. It's fucking pathetic. Take her off of commentary. She does nothing. She's better at being the host of the panel. She's better as a host for the WrestleMania panel. She was great as the Talking Smack host. I love that shit. I don't... Like, one of the big things that kills Monday Night Raw is commentary. Graves is fine. Michael Cole has to go. And Renee Young brings nothing. Corey Graves, and if you want to go put a female on there, Beth Phoenix. You can do that, right? I don't know. Beth Phoenix, maybe. I think that would be it. Yeah, Beth Phoenix and Corey Graves on Raw. If you want to do that. And I don't know why Vince McMahon wants 3-man commentary booth. It does not work. We don't need 3. You need a play-by-play and color commentator. That is it. Play-by-play, color, that is it. The third person does not work because you always end up having people talking over each other. It's just like, I'll still go back to when Baron Corbin faced Kurt Angle last time. It was unfucking bearable to listen to the commentary in that match because Corey Graves is yelling at Renee Young and Michael Cole, and Renee Young's fighting back with him, and they're arguing like fucking children. It's not healthy, and it doesn't help the show. It takes away from the show. Now, of course, unless they're adding a different woman to commentary, WWE is going to get a lot of hate for this if it happens. People are going to be like, oh, WWE is sexist. Why would they take Renee Young off of commentary? She was doing so well. No, she is not. I want people on commentary that actually bring excitement to the company. Hell, go back and watch the TLC match from 2003. I don't remember the dates, but it was the end of it was ruined because of the Katie Vick shit, but it was right before that. I don't remember what happened to Kane, but you had a TLC match between Kane. It was supposed to be Kane and the Hurricane, I believe, and the Hurricane was injured. Kane, Chris Jericho, I can't remember the entire thing, but I believe it was the W Boys, Chris Jericho and Christian, Kane, and Rob, I can't remember who was all on the team, but Jim Ross called that entire match himself. Me, being someone who did not have TV, like cable TV at the time, to see this match live, watch this match on the network, not knowing that Katie Vick shit happened right after it. Listen to Jim Ross call this entire match on his own and had goosebumps and was excited the entire time that match was going on. Like, damn, this is a great fucking match. Because Jim Ross put his heart and his soul into this match, and I have a feeling Vince McMahon was not in his ear telling him to sell products and everything during this match. That was one of the best calls. Or if you want to go back a little bit earlier than that, when you had Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy, and you had JR on the call with King, and him like, go on kid, make yourself famous, was just a great fucking match. The match was great because it was The Undertaker in a lot of match, something I don't think we've ever seen before. And I think we've seen it in a TLC match since, but like it was the first time the Undertaker was ever in a ladder match with my recollection. But just the call of King and JR at that time was fucking fantastic. You don't see that anymore on main roster TV. NXT, you have Mauro Ranallo and Nigel McGuinness and Percy Watson calling matches and making it sound fucking fantastic. Why can't we get that on main roster? Because Vince McMahon's in their ears telling them to say stupid shit. A couple weeks ago, we had Otis Dozovic being made fun of on commentary by Corey Graves. That is fucking stupid. Why are you going to have one of your commentators sit there and just be like, oh, he had a big breakfast this morning, making fat jokes? The fat joke shit needs to fucking stop. It's fucking pathetic. We're in 2019, and Vince McMahon still finds fat jokes hilarious. Give me a break. It's enough. Enough of it. Renee Young needs to go. Michael Cole needs to fucking go. Get me somebody who can work with. Get me Tom Phillips and Corey Graves on Raw. Tom Phillips and somebody and 2 other people for SmackDown. I don't give a shit. This stuff needs to change. Give me Nigel McGuinness on SmackDown with Vic Joseph should call SmackDown and 205 Live with Nigel McGuinness on 205 Live and whoever the hell they want to on SmackDown Live. Byron Saxton brings nothing to SmackDown Live except for a punchline from Corey Graves here and there. That's that. But Renee Young, if WWE takes Renee Young off of commentary, it's not because she's a woman, they had second thoughts, it's because she is fucking terrible at commentary. She is better in the back asking, like, you're my next guest, or if they want to do panels or something. She's better at that shit than commentary. She is dog shit on commentary. Put her back where she belongs. She never felt right. Plain and simple. Beth Phoenix, update on her in-ring return. Beth Phoenix was just sitting in the commentary during the women's tag team match at Fastlane. Which, by the way, could we not have Michael Cole just disappear for that match and it just be Corey Graves, Beth Phoenix, or just have Corey Graves disappear? We did not need a 4-person booth for a tag team title match, which was shit as it is. But she got way more involved than she first thought. After Nia Jax and Tamina Snuka lost to the Boston Hug Connection, Beth Phoenix got in Tamina's face, then WWE Hall of Famer received a brutal beatdown in return. Natalya ran down to him for the save, but she was unsuccessful. This certainly teased a return for the Divas of Doom, and that is exactly what it looks like is going to happen. Dave Meltzer reported in the Messengers over radio that the direction seems to be for Nia Jax and Tamina versus the Divas of Doom. Where this match comes down right now isn't 100% clear, but the WrestleMania coming up, it certainly seems like those teams will be in the mix somewhere. Those two are on the go-home show to Monday. Those two teams are on the go-home show to Monday Night Raw, and that is that. They do not deserve. I'm sorry. Nia Jax does not deserve, has not earned, does not belong in championship opportunities. It's enough. Other tag teams have, like, you're having these tag team titles, and you're having Nia Jax be a prominent fixture as a challenger. How many fucking opportunities does this woman get? I don't give a shit if she is the cousin of The Rock and Roman Reigns. She needs to go back to the Performance Center and learn how to be a better professional wrestler or get the fuck out of the business. Both her and Tamina need to go. They almost injured badly Sasha Banks at Fastlane. They are terrible. They make these titles that you want to try and make prestigious are just fucking irrelevant right now. You have Ron Bailey and Sasha Banks, the right team, but the fact that you want to give Nia Jax and Tamina another fucking shot at the championships is fucking pathetic. You already had the Iconics on SmackDown one. Where's Sasha Banks and Bailey? They've been on NXT. They've been on Raw. Why aren't they on SmackDown? Exactly. There's no teams on SmackDown, and there's no team on Raw. If you break up Fire and Desire, Sonya Deville's fucked, plain and simple. But you can't keep giving Nia Jax tag team title opportunities. She should not have won that battle royal. That should have went to somebody else. She does not need to be in this title opportunity again and again and again. It's time to get off the Nia bandwagon. I don't know who's kissing her whose ass she's kissing in the back, or if she's bringing up Anna as her aunt or something, or she's being The Rock's cousin. It's fucking enough. I don't care who you're related to in the wrestling business. If you suck, you fucking suck. You should not be where you're at because of family. It's plain and simple. Speaking of Monday Night Raw, why was Dana Brooke on Monday Night Raw cutting a promo to Ronda Rousey? Ronda Rousey took to the ring during Raw this week in order to continue berating the fans and trashing the professional wrestling business. Then Dana Brooke came out and cutting they say impressive and passionate promo, but who gave a fuck about how much she loved the business. Brooke says she has nothing left to lose and challenged Rousey to a match the day after a pay-per-view. This is usually when Rousey gives someone a title opportunity. She stated the night after she defended the title she would do this, but she didn't defend the title at Fastlane, so this open challenge thing did not count. However, it did not work out while Dana Brooke planned it all. Rousey kicked Brooks out of the ring and tossed her around the outside before throwing her back in the ring to continue the assault. WWE officials separated them, and Rousey took one of them out in the process. She has been in storyline fined for this. Then Rousey teased an armbar, but said but didn't do it before saying fans would have to pay $60 to see the move. Hey Ronda, The network's $9.99 and nobody pays $60. If you're paying $60 to watch a pay-per-view for WWE, then what the fuck are you doing? Dave Meltzer noted on the Wrestling Observer Radio that Dana Brooke was sent out in an attempt to get her over. WWE plan was to ignite something in fans to get behind Brooke. Why? I don't fucking know. The Pittsburgh crowd could care less. However, a portion of the IWC had to disagree as Brooke's name started to trend on social media. Then again, Pittsburgh is notoriously hard to get a big pop from. Unless you're a Triple H, Stone Cold, Batista, or any of those big names, you get it. Here's the problem, Dave Meltzer stated. It's like if she was really good, she would have a great complaint. If she was a Gable, like a woman tag Gable, that is the woman that, in fact, as many as you remember, she was fast-tracked by the company to be a big star. They've done this multiple times with women, not just Dana Brooke. She was the first. She was going to have a feud with Charlotte to have at WrestleMania, and she played her way out of it. I mean, that's the reality. I guess you're not supposed to know that, but she was the favorite, and unfortunately, she couldn't hang at the level, and that's what happened. I guess obviously, for what you're doing for TV and the storyline is fine. It's just ironic, that's all. Only time will tell if this latest promo for Dana Brooke will convince the WWE Universe to give her an honest second shot. She spent enough time paying her dues as Titus Worldwide statistician, so you never know if she could be the start of another chapter in her career. Dana Brooke is trash. Dana Brooke is garbage. If you wondered why she like that whole entire thing of her being Charlotte Flair's bitch and her bitch slapping Charlotte was supposed to end up her and Charlotte Flair wrestling at WrestleMania, and why it didn't happen, well, there you go. Dana Brooke is just, she's nothing. Dana Brooke, when Dana Brooke was in NXT and she was the partner of Emma, I like Dana Brooke. She was like, she was a bitch. She went over, she pretty much talked down to all the women that she came across. She felt like she was not ready. She wasn't ready to come to the main roster. She was brought up to the main roster because Emma was actually injured. Dana Brooke was still at NXT, and I believe it was Emma, or somebody got injured who was supposed to be in a feud, and they brought her up because they didn't have anyone else to use, I guess. And they did nothing with her after a bit. Dana Brooke just does not have what WWE wants to have. She's just not. And this isn't the only other person they fast-tracked to the main roster. Nia Jax was brought up way too early. Apollo Crews was fast-tracked to the main roster when he hadn't even established himself in NXT. Yes, he was at Brooklyn the year before, and that was where he made his debut. But he really didn't even establish himself as anything great in NXT, and then they just brought him up. The only time someone been fast-tracked to the main roster actually was fine was Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens made his debut in December 2014, won the NXT title 2 months later, and then was on the main roster right after WrestleMania in 2015, and he has not looked back ever since. And has been multiple time champions. He's never won the WWE Championship. He's been Universal Champion, multiple time US Champions, Intercontinental Champion, and the only thing keeping him from a crown, a Grand Slam champion is a tag team championship. But most if not always times, the WWE fast tracks somebody to the main roster, it is a complete and utter failure. Dana Brooke, Apollo Crews, Nia Jax, Lawrence Sullivan probably was going to end up being a failure because they were fast-tracking him to the main roster, and that was going to be a main failure. Braun Strowman was a fast-track to the main roster, but they slowly built him up, and then he's become a failure. So, Kevin Owens is like the only person they fast-tracked to the main roster who hasn't been a failure. Will it matter in the end? No. No one cares about Dana Brooke. Nobody. Future plans for WWE's AOP. The Office of Pain are just known as AOP now because Vince McMahon doesn't like long-winded names, but that doesn't change the fact that Akam suffered an injury and was taken out of action. Now it is a waiting game to see what WWE does for them. Akam needed a knee surgery in December, which are approximately 2 to 3 months recovery time. Drake Maverick was shown with Razor a couple of times by themselves, but nothing has amounted to much as television time since. The team's momentum was halted. Russell Burns was recently asked about what is up with AOP. It appears that WWE does have plans for the former NXT Tag Team Champions, but they will have to wait until Akam returns. So if you're one of those fans who were just worried about AOP would meet the same fate as the Bludgeon Brothers when the injury disbanded the team, you can rest easy because once the team is fully healthy, AOP will be back in business. We probably won't see them until the Superstar shakeup and they move to SmackDown because quite honestly, they have no business on Monday Night Raw. That is all the news. We are going to go over the Wrestling Observer the Wrestling Observer newsletters 2018 awards. These are voted by fans who subscribe to the newsletter. So, it is a popular vote, but it is I trust this vote more than anything because these fans know what the fuck they're talking about. These are fans who get what is good in wrestling today. The Lose Says Ric Flair Award Wrestler of the Year goes to number 3 was Kazuchika Okada, number 2 Hiroshi Tanahashi, and number 1 was Kenny Omega. I agree with all 3 of these. WWE, if I was going to put a WWE guy up here, it would be Tommaso Ciampa or Johnny Gargano. That would be my number 1 and 2 if you would say for that. But Kenny Omega had another banner year, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Kazuchika Okada. Okada, I'm surprised, is at number 3 because after losing the IWGP Heavyweight Championship at Dominion to Kenny Omega, it was a great storytelling, but he started to fall and just fell off at the end of 2018. Most Outstanding Wrestler goes to number 3, Kazuchika Okada, number 2, which I'm surprised, Kota Ibushi, and number 1, Kenny Omega. Again, nothing wrong there. Tag Team of the Year. Number 3 goes to Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era. Yeah, they held the tag team titles in NXT for the majority of the year, actually. They lost the titles for about 2 weeks with Mustache Mountain. Yeah, for about 2 weeks in storyline, they had the titles lost. But for the majority of 2018, it was Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. And they put on some fantastic matches with the likes of the War Raiders. Oh, wait, that was this year. With the War Raiders this year, the Danny Burch and Orny Lorcan, the team of Mustache Mountain, they had a trilogy of matches, which were all fantastic. Of course, Roderick Strong had Pete Dunne was teaming with Roderick Strong in NXT TakeOver New Orleans, and Bobby Fish was injured, so Adam Cole was in this match. Adam Cole got taken out early, and Roderick Strong turned on Pete Dunne to join the Undisputed Era, and him and Kyle O'Reilly held the tag team titles for the majority of 2018. So definitely, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi of the Golden Lovers. I don't agree with this one as much because they really didn't. Like if you don't follow New Japan all the way, like I don't think they did as much as the Golden Lovers as you think they would. But of course, number 1 was of course the Young Bucks, so no surprise there. Best of interviews: Becky Lynch at number 3, Samoa Joe at number 2, and number 1 goes to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan won this award, in my opinion, on the TLC pay-per-view pre-show that Mike Rome and Kathy Kelly host. It seems like at every pay-per-view they do a preview. They do these little sit-down talks and everything about the pay-per-view. They had Daniel Bryan on one of these, and he just went ballistic, had one of the best heel promos I think I've ever heard, and Daniel Bryan won this in a landslide on that one alone. Samoa Joe is just Samoa Joe. He cuts fire. He comes out and cuts fire promos every single time. What brings him down from number 1 to number 2 for me, of course, would be the fact that he talks a big game a lot in 2018, but never backed it up. Now, being the United States champion, he talked a big game going into to Fastlane and backed it up. So hopefully going into WrestleMania, whatever they're doing with him, Samoa Joe walks out as WWE United States champion and holds that title till WrestleMania next year. That's just my opinion. Becky Lynch, number 3, not surprised there. She is the best female promo of all on the main roster. Promotion of the Year, New Japan Pro Wrestling is number 1. My bad. Ring of Honor is number 3. WWE is number 2. Which, quite honestly, you really had no other option besides WWE for number 2. And, of course, NJPW is number 1. Best Weekly Show. This one I have a really big problem with. Number 3 I have no problem with, New Japan Pro Wrestling on Access TV. Number 2 I have a major problem with. This is weekly TV show. Being the Elite is not a TV show to me. On anything. It is a YouTube show, but why is Being the Elite up here? Number one, of course, is NXT. No doubt about it. NXT is the most consistently best booked show in all of professional wrestling. Everything, they almost never do anything wrong. They are always consistently great, good to great. They have never had one really, really bad show. So, NXT for sure. Pro Wrestling Match of the Year. WWE's Match of the Year on here is Andrade Cien Almas versus Johnny Gargano from NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. Definitely, but that is number 3. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Kota Ibushi from, I believe it was the G1 Climax in Tokyo. And, yeah, I think that's the finals of the G1 Climax, yeah. And then Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada from Dominion is number 1. Not a surprise there. Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas should be number 2 in my opinion. I think they killed it better than Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kota Ibushi did. But it is what it is. I take it. Feud of the Year, definitely. This one really surprises me because L.A. Park, who is the original La Parka, L.A. Park, who is the original guy, is still fucking wrestling at this day and age versus Rush. Khabib Nurmagomedov. I don't know why this one's in here. The Feud of the Year should be Wrestling Feud of the Year and MMA Feud of the Year because they have a bunch of MMA topics, and I don't know why they don't have Wrestling MMA Feud of the Year. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Conor McGregor was number 2. And, of course, the feud of the year in all of professional wrestling, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. It sucks, again, because we will not see a conclusion to that. Most improved, Velveteen Dream agreed the current North American champion who should hold that title to at least take over Toronto 2, if not War Games 3. If they do War Games 3, which they should. He should hold that title for a very long time. Has been putting on match classic after match classic after match classic with the like of Ricochet, Aleister Black, Adam Cole, I believe, 2. Johnny Gargano winning the title from him. Just an absolute most improved for sure. Jay White at number 2. I definitely agree with him number 2 for the simple fact is this time last year, people were sad when Jay White came back from his excursion as a Switchblade at Wrestle Kingdom, and was just, a lot of people didn't see anything in him. Didn't see this guy being what he is today. 1 year and change later. This guy is the IWGP Heavyweight Champion a year and a month after coming back from New Japan. Do I think he got the title a little early? Yes, but they want to have that Gaijin guy to be, even though he's from New Zealand, he's not from the United States, so I don't know why that matters. But Jay White, number 2, I agree. Adam Hangman Page, I unfortunately have not seen much of Adam Hangman Page, so I couldn't say if this is a good number 1. I think Tommaso Ciampa should be number 1, in my opinion. But the fact that he missed most of 2017, I can understand why you couldn't put him as most improved. But Tommaso Ciampa, from the last time we saw him in 2017, coming back in 2018 and becoming the best heel in the world, should be number 1. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Most charismatic, Hiroshi Tanahashi, number 3. Becky Lynch at number 2. And, of course, I saw this one coming before I even had to read it. Tetsuya Naito at number 1. Who else? Tetsuya Naito. You could not tell me, watching a show, going in the New Japan blind, someone tells you, hey, you should check out this New Japan show, this wrestling show, it's in Japan, you can watch this Japanese wrestling show. If Tetsuya Naito is on that card, he is going to be the one thing out of everything that is going to grab your attention. There is just something about Tetsuya Naito that I don't know how much, where his charisma comes from, but this dude is just on par every single time. He has so much charisma, it's not even funny. The Bryan Danielson Best Technical Wrestler Award goes to Hideki Suzuki at number 3. Daniel Bryan himself, the guy who the award was named after, is number 2. Zack Sabre Jr., number 1, no doubt about it, the most technical wrestler in all of space and time right now. I've seen this guy go up against Kushida in the World Cup of Wrestling 2 years ago. And usually Kushida's a high-flying guy, he does some high-flying moves. Those two put on a technical masterpiece that the likes of Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan would be jealous of. They put on a hell of a show, and if you ever want to see Kushida be put on a technical masterpiece, go find Kushida versus Zack Sabre Jr. from the What Culture Pro Wrestling World Cup of Wrestling from 2017. Bruiser Brody Memorial World Best Brawler to LA Park at 140. LA Park at number 3. Chris Jericho at number 2, and Tomohiro Ishii at number 1. Not really much I know about Tomohiro Ishii, but I can see Chris Jericho easily being number 1. A lot of landslides in these things, by the way. Not too many close number 1s and number 2s. Best Flying Wrestler. I love these two, number 2 and number 3, but there's no doubting number 1. If you can't decide, like before I even mention these, you can't tell who number 1 is, and I don't know what you're watching. Ray Phoenix number 3, Ricochet at number 2, Will Ospreay, no doubt about it, in a landslide, is your number 1 best flyer from 2018. There is nobody better at the high flying game. There's a reason he is called the aerial assassin. Will Ospreay is by far the best high flyer I think I have ever seen. Ricochet is a close number 2. I would love, absolutely fucking love, to have Ricochet Ricochet in NXT and Will Ospreay in NXT at the same time, because I think takeovers would have been. You think Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano put on great matches? These two would have put on excellent matches. These two are the greatest rivals. I'm just saying. Most overrated in a 3-way number 1 tie, Brock Lesnar, Nia Jax, and Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is, of course, number 1, but I'm saying in a 3-way tie because all 3 are the most overrated of all. Baron Corbin, Nia Jax, and Brock Lesnar, all in a 3-way tie. Most underrated. These two right here are like the only ones that have the top 3 being all WWE stars. Most underrated, Andrade Cien Almas at number 3, Gran Metalik at number 2, and Finn Balor at number 1. Yes, yes, and yes. Rookie of the Year. Somebody I've heard of but I've not seen yet at number 3, Brian Pillman Jr. I heard great things about him. I have not seen him, and I hope AEW picks him up somehow, some way, gets a match or 2 out of him so I can see what Brian Pillman Jr. has. Utami Hayashi, I can't say his name, I'm sorry, at number 2. And of course, no doubt about it, 2018 was her year, Ronda Rousey. You can't say nothing about it. She had, quite honestly, one of the best rookie years of anybody. Best non-wrestler, Selena Del Renta, number 3. I'm really happy to see the second one, Zelina Vega, at number 2. She is definitely one of the best non-wrestlers. Even though she is a wrestler, she can wrestle, and she has wrestled, but she is more of Andrade Cien Almas' manager, business partner. So, I'm really happy to see her get the credit she has, but nobody passes up Paul Heyman. I'm sorry. Paul Heyman's number 1 and will always be one of the best non-wrestlers. The guy could sell you socks. The guy could sell you a stick of butter and make you enjoy that stick of butter. He could sell you on a stick of butter, and you would take that stick of butter and you would use it and be happy because this guy can sell pay-per-view after pay-per-view after pay-per-view. He is that fucking good. Best television announcer. I'm kind of miffed on this one because I disagree with the number 1. Number 3, Nigel McGuinness. Number 2, Marvin Allen. Number 1, Kevin Kelly. I disagree. Number 3, Nigel McGuinness. That's fine. Number 2 should be Kevin Kelly. Nobody is better than Marvin Allen. Marvin Allen, when he is on, is quintessentially the best guy on TV announcing any type of things. He does boxing, he does MMA, he does wrestling. This guy is a jack of all trades, so how the fuck he didn't get number 1 is well beyond me. Worst television announcer. In a 3-way tie, Jonathan Coachman, Michael Cole, and Renee Young. Renee Young is number 3, Michael Cole is number 2, and Jonathan Coachman is number 1 in a 3-way tie because all 3 are terrible. major wrestling show. WWE NXT takeover New Orleans. Number 3, New Japan Wrestle Kingdom. Number 2, Wrestle Kingdom 12, and Dominion at number 1. That's a shock. I'm surprised New Orleans made it up that high, even though it was the best. I'm still saying this. New Orleans was the best takeover of all time, and it's going to be really hard for them to beat it this year. Now, if we would have got the main event we were supposed to get, no doubt about it, it was going to be the best takeover of all time. But I don't know who going to get it, because they're going to. I don't think they're going to do a tournament. If they're going to do a tournament, it's going to be it's going to be like an 8-man tournament or a 4-man tournament to have the winner face off against Gargano at Takeover New York. Why does Gargano have to be punished from me taking out of this match if he's not the one injured? So that's why that's going to happen. Worst major wrestling show, Triple Mania from 8/25 in Mexico City. I heard this one was absolutely fucking awful. I watched Triple Mania 2-3 years ago, and it was not a bad show. Other than Jeff Jarrett, I think, was drunk on that show. The Mask vs. Mask match that I saw from Killer Clown, Killer Clown, and the guy who lost was a pretty decent match. So I don't know what the hell happened to this Triple Mania. All I know is this is the one Vampiro is play my damn music. And apparently, they do English commentating on Twitch now, and people were asking him, what's going on? And he's like, I don't know, I'm just doing commentary. And they're like, yo, you don't know what's going on in your own show? What the fuck? And people were roasting him. So, and he threw a hissy fit, I guess. So, that makes sense. WWE gets the final 2 stars in, I wouldn't say a two-way tie, Backlash 5-6. The only reason this does not get a 2-way tie is because Seth Rollins vs. Miz saved Backlash from being just as bad as Crown Jewel, which is number 1. Crown Jewel did not need to happen. Crown Jewel had no business needing to happen. So, yeah, Crown Jewel, number 1. Next, Wrestling Maneuver. Will Ospreay, Stormbreaker, Kazuchika Okada's Rainmaker, and One Winged Angel by Kenny Omega. I disagree with the One Winged Angel because, for the simple fact is, it's also the Ulster Plantation by Killian Dane. So, I disagree on that one. The best wrestling maneuver should be something that only this person uses as a finisher or it isn't done as a setup move or anything. Most disgusting promotional tactic. I'm surprised this isn't a 3-way tie for WWE, but this is very disgusting. UFC using McGregor's clinical footage to sell his fight with I can't even say his name. The guy he fought that ended up with them both being suspended. Number 2, you saw the handling of John Jones's case. And WWE's ties with Saudi Arabia is number 1 because nothing. And you know what I'm really surprised? Because I looked at the list. Sami Zayn, Bobby Lashley's sisters wasn't on there. We'll get to that later. Worst television shows: Raw, Impact, and Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground is 3, Impact is number 2, Raw number 1, hands down, for 6 weeks in a row, the worst ratings of all time. How could you have it be anything else? Worst match of the year: all WWE. What else is going to happen? Triple H versus The Undertaker in the Super Showdown match. Cut that match in half, and I guarantee you that match is not on this list. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar from WrestleMania. Terrible match. Sacrificed the entire pay-per-view just so this match could get all the time it could get, and Brock Lesnar hitting 6 F5s from Roman Reigns to kick out of 5 of them, and get bloodied, and then a 6th one for the 1-2-3 was absolutely fucking ridiculous. And of course, the Brothers of Destruction versus D-Generation X from Crown Jewel. Terrible match. Again, Crown Jewel didn't happen. You wasted a Shawn Michaels return on Crown Jewel. Let that sink in. Worst feud of the year: Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose because they fucked it all up. Sami Zayn versus Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley's sisters, anybody? Sasha Banks versus Bayley. And I agree with this one as number 1 because it was a stop, start. Bayley turned heel, and then they sent them to counseling. made no fucking sense. That feud, I still want to see it when it's done properly, but for now, they're tag team champions. The feud, if they ever get the feud done, it has to be because Bayley or Sasha Banks cost the other one the tag team championships, and then the one who got screwed over attacks the other one, and we get the proper feud going into SummerSlam. Worst promotion of the year. Impact at number 3, AAA at number 2, but nothing could beat the WWE. Let's see. Crown Jewel, Greatest Royal Rumble. Using Roman Reigns' leukemia in storylines. Let me see here. Bringing Shawn Michaels back for a useless pay-per-view. The best in the world on Shane McMahon. Bobby Lashley's sisters. We already mentioned that. Roman Reigns winning the Universal Championship in the most lackluster SummerSlam match. Roman Reigns being in one of the worst pay-per-view two of the worst pay-per-view main events of the year. One being WrestleMania, the other one being Backlash. Roman Reigns winning the Elimination Chamber after Braun Strowman eliminated everybody else. What else do you want me to tell? This one's a great one. Best Booker. Jun Ikayama, which is probably Stardom. The Booker for Stardom. I have no idea who she is. I think it's a she. Paul Levesque, a.k.a. Triple H, is number 2. And Gato is number 1. Yes, 1 and 2 for sure. I don't know who number 3 is, but Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, is honestly the best booker in the United States. There is no doubt about it. The guy gets wrestling. He gets what the crowd wants. He listens to the crowd. He like Triple H, Paul Levesque, Triple H had a dilemma in July. One of the big stars, Aleister Black, goes down with a groin injury. What is he going to do? What is he going to do to get this guy to fix what happened at Brooklyn? Well, we're gonna do a thing where somebody attacked him, and it became one of the best storylines. And it turned out to be Johnny Gargano, and then we got Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black. Great show, great storyline. Triple H always knows what to do. This time it's going to be a little bit harder because, like, last time, it was a triple threat match, so you just take that person out and you figure out what you're going to do with him. Whereas this time, it was a one-on-one match, and you have to figure out who's going to face Johnny Gargano and how they're going to do it. Gato just doing the best he can. It also helps that Gato had the Young Bucks. He had Cody. He had Kenny Omega. He has Kazuchika Okada. And all these other big names in New Japan. So, Gato and Paul Levesque, Triple H have so much good going for them. Promoter of the Year. Number 3, Cody and the Young Bucks for All In. Which I don't think that should count because it's only one show. Paul Levesque, Triple H at number 2. Which Takaaki Kadani, I don't know who that is. That might be with New Japan, All Japan. I don't know. I disagree with that. I think Triple H should be. This was actually, I think, the only one of these I see that's close. Because Triple H only lost out by 48 votes. Triple H, Paul Levesque was only down. It was like Kadani won 360 votes, while Paul Levesque had 312. That's the closest I've seen so far. Best gimmick. Daniel Bryan post heel turn, in my opinion, yes. Becky Lynch post quote unquote attempted heel turn, yes. Velveteen Dream, hell yeah, that motherfucker can do, like, that guy lives his gimmick. He just looks he does his gimmick so well. He's believable. Velveteen Dream is one of these guys that when he first debuted as Velveteen Dream, it was just like, what the fuck is this? This is going to be comedy fodder on the main roster when he gets up there. He's going to go absolutely nowhere. And look at that. A couple years later, he is the North American champion. And he is just one of the best things on the card. It's always great to see Velveteen Dream wrestle on a takeover, because what is he going to dress like this time? When he faced off against Ricochet, he was paying homage to Prince Puma, which was Ricochet. He's done Hollywood Hogan. He's done Hulk Hogan variants of himself. He did when he faced Cassius Ohno in NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. He dressed up as a boxer. The guy just oozes machismo. The guy oozes his gimmick, and it's just great. I can't wait to see what Velveteen Dream has in 2019. This guy should be in NXT for the next year and not make his debut till probably after 2020 in WrestleMania 36. Worst gimmick in a three-way tie, Constable Corbin, Drake Maverick pissing on himself, and Lucha House Party, because all three are downright trash. Lucha House Party number 3, Drake Maverick pissing number 2, and nothing beats Constable Corbin because that was shit. And that was everything that I had for the rewards. There are other ones out there, you can go find them. Just like look up the Wrestling Observer. But those are the ones that I think that really matter. There was a bunch of like MVPs for each country and stuff. I was like, I don't want to go through all that. That's just way too long. And I've been here for about 2.5 hours now. And that was Unscripted for this week. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Thank you to everybody. If you stayed this long, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am happy and grateful for all of you. I hope you guys will subscribe to the channel. I know we are just starting out 2019. I'm hoping by the end of this year, somewhere in the middle of the summertime, I'm going to hopefully have a new computer. I can get my PlayStation fixed up because it's kind of not working right now, or if I get a new one, and a new TV and whatnot, and I can start doing some gaming content for you. My most viewed video recently has been the same as that RPG Maker video I did 2 years ago when RPG Maker Fest came out on the 3DS. I would love to start doing gaming stuff for you guys again, and I can't do that right now. Hopefully, by the time this year comes up, I will be able to do that. But make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Let me know what you think of everything that we talked about tonight. And until then, my name is Franz, and I will see you guys Monday for Monday Night Raw.